loose. It's hot, slick, old surface. We know that story. But if you tighten that thing up and go...
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Tim Reynolds Show's live play-by-play for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series race at Homestead-Miami Speedway. A beautiful day there in Florida, 78 degrees, and we're about to get underway here in beautiful Homestead-Miami at this beautiful racetrack and speedway. We see this beautiful track here is 267 laps here for this 400-mile race. Our first stage will be 80 laps. Stage 2 will be 85 laps. Our final stage will be 102 laps to the finish. Pit road speed is 45 miles an hour. The race strategy today is manage your tires, don't jump the caution, and be good on the long run, because we do tend to see a lot of long green flag runs here at this Miami or Homestead-Miami Speedway. More of a flat racetrack, but a very fast racetrack, which also has a lot of wear on the tires, so look out for this today for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Homestead-Miami Speedway.
Last week to work with. Here's some radio from Bubba Wallace.
All right, boys, great job yesterday. Really good car. Looking forward to today. Long run on tires. Attack when we need to. Manage when we need to. Make sure we take care of it up on the wall. We'll see it all the way.
Oh yeah, let's get going, everybody. Hell yeah!
We've got 5 drivers we'll be riding along with on today's FS1 coverage. Here is William Byron. His Valvoline Chevrolet will have the rear spoiler cam looking forward there. We'll get some up-close shots of that outside wall. And here is Austin Cindric, Ford Performance Cam with a 360.
And there we go, Austin Cindric lined up in the 8th position here in his number 2 Ford Mustang for Penske Racing. We also see Tyler Gibbs will be having a camera on his car there, starting 13th here at Miami. His best finish here in Miami is 7th back in 2023. All right, guys, let's get ready to go. Cheers, everybody. Here we go. Woo! Crack it open. Let's get it going, baby. And boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys! And yeah, here we go. Alex Bowman in the lead, the pole sitter, as we head into turn number 1. And we're 3 wide, about 2 cars back in row number 3 as we go to the exit of turn number 2. As we see here, a lot of fast racing. We know these restarts are going to be very important for a lot of these drivers to get up near the front. We see Alex Bowman has pulled ahead with a good lead here as he rides the high line. And on the bottom line, we see Josh Berry, last week's winner, in 2nd place here. But he's under attack by the number 4 Mustang and the the Mustang number 12 of Ryan Blaney. As we see here, Alex Bowman still able to hold on to the lead in his number 48 Chevrolet at the exit of turn number 2 here on lap number 2. But Ryan Blaney making a strong push down the backstretch alongside the number 4 of Noah Gragson, trying to take away that number 3 position. And we see going very far back, a lot of 3 wide racing there on this wide racetrack here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And track position very key here early on, as we see Alex Bowman able to pull ahead with a comfortable lead here, about 30 seconds over Josh Berry. Behind him is Ryan Blaney in the 3rd place position in his number 12 Ford Mustang. Noah Gragson in the number 4 Mustang is in 4th place. And then we see William Byron, driver of the number 24 Chevrolet, has moved his way up inside the top 5. But under fire here by Chase Briscoe, who's able to get around the number 24, and he's now in the 5th place position as we ride along with William Byron, who in 7 races at Homestead-Miami Speedway has had 1 win and 4 top 10 finishes. Good competitive racing early on here. A lot of the drivers trying to find their groove and see which groove of the track works best for them. We have a lot of drivers that ride up on the high side here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, right up near the wall, where they find a lot of momentum and grip. But a lot of guys also like to take the bottom right near that white line and try to shorten the racetrack as much as possible. And even that middle lane attracts a lot of drivers because they're able to get a little pull and grip off the racetrack as we see Chase Elliott on the inside of his teammate Kyle Larson with a big run down the backstretch as we head into turn number 3. The number 9 now hugging the bottom of the racetrack after he was able to take that middle and top lane all the way to get to that 13th position. And now up front, we see Ryan Blaney able to get around Josh Berry. And now the number 12 Mustang is in the second place position. And he will try to challenge for the lead. And he's right behind the number 48 of Alex Bowman as his Chevrolet has the lead here. But Ryan Blaney is on the inside here in turn number 3. And his number 12 Ford Mustang looks very strong on the bottom part of the racetrack here as we go into turn number 4. Coming down the front stretch here, Alex Bowman able to hold on to the lead with that momentum that he gained from the top side of the line. And now in the middle part of the lane, Ryan Blaney rides the bottom, but the 48 is strong coming out of the corner. But Ryan Blaney has some momentum, and he's right behind the 48 as we come down the backstretch. Josh Berry trying to keep up with the top 2 drivers. As we see on a replay here, Kyle Larson, gets loose and into the wall just a little bit. And his number 5 Chevrolet, close call there for Kyle Larson. Really pushing the limits of his car.
And if I'm sitting on the pit box, I want my driver to be aggressive, just like Kyle Larson is. I think that you can get away with a lot of risk here, taking a lot of risk. This car is very durable.
And here we go, Alex Bowman. Oh, we got some contact in the back with A.J. Allmendinger and the number 60 of Ryan Priest. But now we see a battle for the lead. Ryan Blaney inside of the number 48 Chevrolet of Alex Bowman. That number 12 Ford Mustang. He's going to take the inside here in turn number 1. And that low lane will give Ryan Blaney the lead. And that number 12 Ford Mustang looks strong as we come down the backstretch. But Alex Bowman's going to try to answer here. And Bowman and Blaney holding that top lane. But Josh Berry now attacking the inside of the 48 Chevrolet of Alex Bowman. Can Josh Berry now use his momentum to get the second place position away from Alex Bowman? We'll have to wait and see. And welcome everybody to the Tim Reynolds Show for this live play-by-play for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Homestead-Miami Speedway. All right, guys, so we are on our first commercial break. Some pretty good racing here early on at Homestead-Miami Speedway. We'll get the race tracker going here for you guys. And there we go. All right, should be a really good race here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, hopefully. We'll see what happens. Appreciate everybody hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, we are here back from commercial break at the Straight Talk Wireless 400 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And Ryan Blaney has now pulled away from Alex Bowman and Josh Berry here with the lead in his number 12 Ford Mustang for Penske Racing. As we see a beautiful view here from the Goodyear blimp over across Homestead-Miami Speedway. But during the commercial break, we see Kyle Larson into the wall again.
He's working on finding out how thick that right rear quarter panel is, but he's put that thing to use this weekend, rubbing it up against the wall.
So Kyle Larson not having such a good day here early on, especially after being dominant the whole weekend. But now we see Alex Bowman in the number 48 Chevrolet will take away the second place position away from Josh Berry, the driver of the number 21 Ford Mustang for the Wood Brothers. And last week's winner will now drop back into the third place position, but now he's under attack by Chase Briscoe, driver of the number 19 Toyota, and that Bass Pro Stops Camry is looking really fast on the top side here of Miami, Homestead-Miami Speedway.
Keeping it out of the fence, keeping it clean air.
A lot of drivers really trying to see if they can test the limits of their cars here up top near the wall where they can hold the pedal down and be able to get as much speed as they can. Noah Gragson in 2 races here has a best finish of 19th at Homestead-Miami Speedway, so he's going to hope to change that luck and that fortune here on this racetrack.
Well, Kevin, you're right. He is very good against the wall, but one thing that team highlighted yesterday that they were a little bit concerned about was if he had to...
And in 17 starts here in a mile-and-a-half tracks for the career of Noah Gragson, he's only got 2 top 10 finishes, and his best finish on a mile-and-a-half track is 6th.
We started up front for the first time all year. We can get a good read on clean air. So far, Noah has been quiet.
And now Ryan Blaney, who's led a total of 9 laps here thus far, with 63 laps to go here in stage number 1, has a very comfortable lead over Alex Bowman in the number 48 Chevrolet. And that's a fast number 12 Ford Mustang that Ryan Blaney has at his disposal here, as we see Jonathan Hassler, the crew chief for Ryan Blaney, up on his pit crew box, trying to get their pit strategy together here.
On how the lap times and tires fall off over a run here.
Yeah, Mike, we saw this in practice yesterday, and as Kevin said, the sun's out. This track has less grip today, I think, than yesterday. Almost 20 laps, a second.
So now we see here a lot of drivers trying to find out what kind of cars they're going to have near the end of this race.
They should split this 80-lap stage in half, but I think they'll come early. I think you'll see them start hitting pit road around lap 30, which is about 10 or 12 laps from now.
We do got a good mixture of cars, the Chevys, Toyotas, and Fords inside the top 10 right now. We see the Penske Racing Fords are looking pretty dominant here, with Ryan Blaney leading in first place, Austin Cindric right now in 7th place, and his number 2 Ford Mustang after starting 8th. And we also see Joey Logano is inside the top 10 as well in the 10th place position, and his number 22 Ford Mustang. And Penske always seems to have fast race cars week in and week out, but especially here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And now Josh Berry in a battle with Chase Briscoe down the backstretch here at lap number 21. And Chase Briscoe is going to try to work the inside in the middle part of the lane there inside turn number 3 and 4. As we come around, heading down the front stretch, they're now side by side. Josh Berry with a little more momentum as we head across the start-finish line. But Chase Briscoe's going to carry that momentum down to the bottom part of the track and use the slide job to be able to hold the pedal down, and he takes away that 3rd place position away from Josh Berry in the number 21 Ford Mustang for the Wood Brothers. After his big win last week, he's contending very, very well here. After qualifying 2nd, he's riding inside the top 4. We can see Austin Cindric there able to get around A.J. Allmendinger trying to battle and take away that 7th place position away from Austin Cindric. And on the inside goes A.J. Allmendinger. As we head into turn number 2, that number 16 Chevrolet looks fast, but as we come out of the exit, Austin Cindric's able to use that top lane and stay that position there in number 7th. And we've seen 3 straight top 10 finishes at here for A.J. Allmendinger at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Competitive racing here from A.J. Allmendinger. That number 16 Chevrolet is fast here early on as he battles inside the top 10, trying to take away that 7th place position away from Austin Cindric in the number 2 Ford Mustang. And a beautiful racetrack there at Miami. And now we are on another commercial break, so thank you everybody for hanging out here on the channel. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you everybody for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're here on commercial break here for this 2025 NASCAR Cup Series race at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Should be back shortly. All right, and we are back here racing at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And we see here a lot of the drivers riding very, very close to that outside wall here in the outside lane at Homestead-Miami Speedway.
High-line racetrack. They're battling it out. They've been crossing each other over. Slide job after another. Finally got the job done, Larson.
And good racing here. Ryan Blaney has the lead. Alex Bowman is behind him in second. Chase Briscoe in third. Josh Berry in fourth. And Noah Grayson in fifth. Rounds out the top 5. In the back of the pack, we see Ty Gibbs and his number 54 Toyota currently in 17th position after starting 13th, really battling to get up to speed in his car. We see a lot of cars a little loose here. We're definitely going to see a lot of adjustments as we get towards the end of this fuel run.
Ryan Blaney's got that clean air, and right now he's just been driving away, but at some point he's going to catch the back of that field.
And right now, Ryan Blaney is pulling away from the field, but we see his teammates, Chase Briscoe, or I should say Austin Cindric and Joey Logano, have pitted here along with William Byron. So now green flag pit stops have started. We'll see here who's able to be the fastest on pit road. Right here, clean pit stop from the number 24 Chevrolet team for Hendrick Motorsports. William Byron looks like he'll get in and out with four new tires, 4 new Goodyears, and a fuel set of fuel. Oh, and Austin Cindric and Joey Logano almost run into each other at the exit of pit road. That could have definitely been very, very bad for the Penske Racing teammates. And oh my goodness, Chase Briscoe's pit crew with a huge mistake as the jack man dropped the jack. And that's going to add a few seconds onto his pit stop. And that's crucial with these green flag pit stops as well.
That seems to be the easiest way that you can gain those positions right now.
Nice clean stop there from the leader, Ryan Blaney, as he gave up the lead to Josh Berry in the number 21 Ford Mustang. A lot of the leaders have now pitted, getting 4 fresh Goodyear tires and a fuel set, a new set of fuel, filling that car full of fuel as well.
You don't want tires to fall off. We've just seen an amazing amount of mistakes on and off of pit road. So this is a tough place to get onto pit road with the way that that apron is so flat compared to the banking on the racetrack as Josh Berry comes into pit.
Keep an eye on the blend.
And if we complete this, this will be the first complete green flag pit stop of the season. And we're already at race 6.
Well, Byron was the first one that started that.
So William Byron was the first one to start the green flag pit stop. So we could easily see William Byron come out as the leader after these set of green flag pit stops. And we'll see what happens here after we get through and cycle through these green flag pit stops.
Also, maybe somebody has trouble in the pits. We've seen that, and the caution comes out.
Yeah, true. And it just makes it a little easier to pass at the end of the runs. But definitely looks like it's going to be a tough day to pass.
14 drivers still on the racetrack.
And the announcers there have the same sentiment that I do. I really think it's going to be very difficult for a lot of these drivers and cars to be able to pass at this racetrack. So whatever track position you can get, whether it's on pit road or on these restarts, when we do get restarts, it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays into who's able to win this race here at the end of it all.
Car on track that has stopped in 12th place. And there you see him in our map up at the top with Zane Smith, the leader. Larson half a second off the lead. Has not yet led today, but has the leader in sight.
Well, this is usually when he starts making his money here at Homestead. As the tires are worn off, you get late in the run, he's able to run that high line. And
I'd say Zane Smith is going to pit right here. Like to know he's coming around again another lap. Larson going to be your leader.
yeah, I mean, it almost makes him look like he's in a different zip code. Kyle Larson is right up against the fence.
I don't know how much time you can lose here, though, Larry.
Again, every lap is about 2.5 seconds. Every lap. But some of these guys, I see Hamlin still out there in the 11 in 6th place. He's notorious for splitting it right down the middle and trying to get advantage of the second set of tires.
So Kyle Larson, 35.05.
So right now, Kyle Larson is the leader here with 43 laps to go in stage number 1. He is yet to pit, I believe.
His car has not fallen off as much.
Zane Smith in the number 38 Ford Mustang is second. Chase Elliott
Around these lap cars and
in the number 9 Chevrolet is third.
likely, and you have to put your car in other spots. So a lot of times you can't run and maximize the lap time.
And we see that the new set of tires have almost a 7 to 8 mile an hour difference on how fast they are on the speed track, on the speedway.
Not yet been to pit road. Jamie?
One of those, Kyle Larson. It's interesting. About every driver, as long as they're not leading, they are tight. Kyle Larson, as soon as he took the lead, he said, all right, I'm not tight anymore. We're actually not terrible here. And Cliff Daniels is cruising.
The remote should be up there too.
Thank
you.
Larson continues to ride the wall here, Mike.
All right, Zane Smith is in, so is
Yeah, I got the other one.
And so is Chase Elliott. Pit stops. And Brad Keselowski comes in as well.
All right. So right now, Kyle Larson having to battle Denny Hamlin.
Well, they got to come now because there's no advantage to running further because this is lap 40. This is halfway of stage 1. They need to come now.
Larson's
And
last lap.
Larry McReynolds says that the drivers that haven't pitted need to come now here at lap 40, which is halfway through the first stage. So Denny Hamlin now in the pits in his number 11 Toyota. Looks like a good, clean pit stop here for that number 11 Toyota racing team. And now we also see Larson on the inside should be coming to pit, and he will pit here in his number 5 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. And he'll take 4 fresh Goodyear tires and fill that number 5 Chevrolet full of fuel.
So Ricky Stenhouse is the only driver who has not yet come to pit road. And they're contraries. Whatever everybody does, they're going to do different.
So Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is the only driver yet to pit. He's in the 3rd place position in his number 47 Chevrolet. And he's hoping either for a caution here or to try to have a different pit strategy than everybody else. Right now, Ryan Blaney cycles back out as the leader. Alex Bowman is now behind him in the 2nd place position in the number 48 Chevrolet. And in 4th place is William Byron, the next car who has already pitted. And William Byron is in 4th place now in his number 24 Chevrolet. Noah Grayson rounds out the top 5 in his number 4 Ford Mustang. And also Chase Briscoe in the number 19 Toyota Camry is in 6th place. Joey Logano ends up moving up a few positions after those green flag pit stops up to 7th place. All right, thank you everybody for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Homestead-Miami Speedway. Bum, 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 ba, da, 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 da. Oh yeah, we are here on commercial break, waiting to get back here to some racing, boys. We're about halfway through our first stage of the day. Right now, Ryan Blaney takes over the lead after our first set of green flag pit stops. Now, our take here early on in this race at Homestead-Miami Speedway is that it's very hard right now for drivers to get enough speed and enough grip in their cars to be able to pass people efficiently and a lot. So because of that, they're going to have to take advantage of whatever advantages they can get here, not only in the pits, but also on restarts. And right now, Ryan Blaney looks like he's got the dominant car here early on in this race. But don't count out Alex Bowman, who won the pole here for this race in his number 48 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. The Chevys do look fast early on here up front, but we also see some Toyotas and Fords also looking pretty good, especially with the Ford leading the race. All right, we are back here as we see after those green flag pits. Ryan Blaney comes out in first, Alex Bowman second. William Byron comes out in third place after coming in the sixth place position.
Leapfrog those positions just by timing a pit stop. It sure makes the driver's life a lot easier.
Jamie?
And now Ryan Blaney has led 33 of 49 laps here at this racetrack.
Air pressure adjustment put 4 fresh tires on it as he continues to lead here. He dropped just a few positions back to 5th. Chase Briscoe came in about the same time as well, lacking rear grip. Remember, he has not scored a single stage point this season. They hope with that good qualifying effort they will change things. But he's also talking, guys, about his brake pedal. Feels long, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Alex Bowman continuing to chase down.
And we already see some complaints for some drivers about how the cars are braking, especially after getting some adjustments here on their first pit stops of the day.
Today, though, a little bit different story. Right now, Alex happy with the car. He's tight, rolling through the center of the corner. Gets a little bit too free off with it at the moment. And the 24 car, William Byron, a good start as well for him. He's too tight starting off the race.
And we can see inside the car here of William Byron, he says he's way too tight right now in that race car. And you can see it the way he's having to turn that car to get it to turn the way he wants it to. So a lot of complaints going on here early on from some of the drivers. As we see Josh Berry on the inside of Ryan Priest. Or that's Chris Buescher actually in the number 17 Ford. And Berry will take away that position there, and he'll get back up inside the top 10. After those green flag pit stops, Berry, unfortunately, cycled outside of the top 5, where he came into the pits at. So now he's going to have to work his way back up towards the front in what is a fast number 21 Ford Mustang for the Wood Brothers. We see Kyle Larson now after his green flag pit stop. Fast in his number 5 Chevrolet. Although he's still near the back of the pack, currently in 18th. He did lead 4 laps, but now he's going to really have to work hard to get up towards the front on this racetrack here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, where it's been hard to pass for a lot of drivers. And now Ryan Blaney, the leader, is starting to lap vehicles here as we have 27 laps to go here in stage number 1. And we see Denny Hamlin is almost 2 miles an hour quicker than the leader is currently right now on those new set of tires. But Denny Hamlin's got a long way to go as he's near the back of the pack. So we see here Bubba Wallace battling on the inside of Austin Cindric, not able to get alongside of the number 2 Mustang. But now he'll continue to battle as we head into turn number 1. That number 23 Toyota on the inside of Ryan Blaney and does the slide job. And oh man, we almost see some contact there from Bubba Wallace as Austin Cindric is able to hold that car down. Oh, and there's contact down the backstretch. Bubba Wallace gets into the left back quarter panel of Austin Cindric. And now here comes Josh Berry in between both of those drivers. Man, and now Austin Cindric is loose, and he doesn't like that as he pulls right behind Bubba Wallace in the number 23 in a battle for what is the 8th place position. And now Bubba Wallace slides all the way back up to the top of the racetrack, and Austin Cindric is now at the bottom of the racetrack. And man, some contact made there. I'm sure Austin Cindric is not too happy about that, as Bubba Wallace in the number 23 Toyota Camry with some aggressive racing here at Miami Speedway. So we'll see how this goes, man. What's going on, NFL Products? Thanks for hanging out in the chat, everybody. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show on YouTube. Let's go, racing fans. Let's go, NASCAR fans. As we are here for another commercial break. Thank you guys for hanging out here on the show. Snack time! Oh yeah, that's good. That's some good protein right there. That's some good snack right there. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys, as we're waiting to come back for commercial break here for this 2025 NASCAR Cup Series race at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Ooh. And we are here for the Straight Talk Wireless 400 here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And Ryan Blaney is fast, and he is so fast, he is starting to lap drivers here with 20 laps to go here in stage number 1. And that number 12 Ford Mustang is fast as he's got 8 seconds over the second place car, which is Alex Bowman, driver of the number 48 Chevrolet.
We listened in on their team meeting pre-race.
One thing different about Homestead is that pit wall. It's a bear, literally. It's tall, it's wide. It probably affects you going over the wall a little less than it affects the guys behind the wall. So setting tires out, catching tires, things like that. I don't think we need miracles today. I think we need a nice smooth day, and Noah and our car will be in the hunt. Keep controlling the things we can control. It'll be a good day. It takes 1 week to turn.
And Noah Gragson having himself a nice day here. His pit crew well prepared as they interviewed the pit crew there for their meeting before this race with 18 laps to go. Right now we see Noah Gragson taking that Ford Mustang up into the 4th place position. And that number 4 Mustang, that Ford looks fast here today.
The thing that they love about Noah is just his enthusiasm. He's always in the shop.
And he started in 3rd here at this race, currently in 4th place position. He's been as low as 18th here. This is his 3rd year in the Cup Series, 26 years old from Las Vegas, Nevada, 13 career Cup Series wins. So he's proven he can win at the Xfinity Series level. He just needs to prove he can win here on the Cup level. And right now we see Kyle Larson battling for the 11th place position on the inside of Austin Cindric, and he's going to take that position away as Austin Cindric there looks a little tight coming out of turn number 2, but Larson who's been the fastest car currently on the track, over a mile an hour faster than the leader currently in 12th place position. That number 5 Chevrolet riding the high side of the racetrack for the most part throughout this race, and he's able to find some speed up there.
You're going to have to do another slide. I like what you said earlier, Kevin. When you catch him, you got to go.
So now we see Kyle Larson battling on the inside of Tyler Reddick. The number 45 Toyota looks fast here, but he will definitely have to fight off this battle of Kyle Larson. Larson on the high side there as we come down the backstretch, riding up against the wall. Now takes the inside of the number 45 Toyota, and now Tyler Reddick will drop back behind the number 5, and Kyle Larson now gets himself inside the top 10 after that impressive pass there around Tyler Reddick. And now Reddick trying to do the same, takes the inside, but Kyle Larson will use that momentum from the top side, staying right alongside of that wall, and comes out of turn number 2 with all that momentum.
He was patient after he made his pit stop because Larson was 15th when the pit cycle started.
So Kyle Larson, who came out of the pit cycle in 15th after leading about 4 laps, now has been able to work his way up, has gained already 5 positions here early on before the end of stage number 1. And now he is battling right behind Bubba Wallace, and he could challenge that number 23 Toyota for the 9th place position.
As the end of this run gets there, and he should be able to capitalize on a few more.
13 laps to the end of stage 1.
We are 13 laps to go here to stage number 1 as Ryan Blaney, the leader in the number 12 Ford Mustang for Penske Racing, continues to lap cars with his dominating performance here early on at Homestead-Miami Speedway. He's got a very, very fast car, and now he's showing it by lapping other Cup Series drivers. Cheers, everybody. Hope you're having a great NASCAR race day. Uh-oh, and we are side by side on this commercial break, and it does look like A.J. Allmendinger, driver of the number 16 Chevrolet, gets into the wall there a little tough with 11 laps to go, and now he's definitely off the pace as he's going to try to stay out there until the end of the stage. But man, a rough brush up against the wall there at Miami Speedway. At Homestead-Miami Speedway here, a lot of drivers like to ride it close, dangerously to that wall. And oh no! Christopher Bell is loose and around on the front stretch. And it looks like he broke loose but was able to save it. Could have maybe brushed up against the wall, but that's going to bring out the caution here with 10 laps to go here in stage number 1. See, maybe a little bit of damage there from Christopher Bell. So now we'll have to wait and see what happens here. This is definitely going to change up the pit strategy for a lot of pit crews. And it does look like a flat rear right tire as Christopher Bell did get really loose right on the top side there of the racetrack. A lot of speed, but unfortunately just lost it, but able to save it down the front stretch and not get that car into the wall.
Contend for a win with that dirt background, his ability to run that outside.
Minor front end damage as he got into the inside wall.
So he did get into the inside wall a little bit.
Well, either way, with as tough as these cars are to drive today, any of that splitter damage, or if it put it up or down, see the right rear
Well,
tire,
look at you.
right there.
Way to go, baby. Congratulations. You did such a good job.
I think it was just a product of walking him down on a slide. Flew out.
But I did the eyes.
So we're at caution with 9 laps to go in stage
Great job, baby.
Blaney has led 55 of 71 laps.
Thank you.
Kyle Larson had to say about our leader.
12 must be really good, huh? You've got something for him.
Well, there's that.
So we see Kyle Larson currently in 7th place. He was able to work his way all the way up from 15th on that after that green flag set of pit stops, and then worked his way up all the way to the 7th place position, which means number 5, that number 5 Chevrolet is going to have something for Ryan Blaney's number 12 Ford Mustang here near the end of this race. Really excited to see how this plays out.
You need all the sets of tires you can get. Eric Jones gets the free pass on this first caution flag of the day, and yes.
And we will see a lot of drivers take the free pass here after Ryan Blaney was able to get around a lot of those drivers.
But overall, pretty sporty. Happy with an air pressure adjustment for him at 4 tires. The 19 of Chase Briscoe is 2 free up in
And a nice clean pit stop there for Ryan Blaney. He should come out with the lead. Nice clean pit stops here for a lot of teams, including Chase Briscoe's number 19 Toyota, William Byron's number 24 Chevrolet, and looks like a clean stop here for Alex Bowman and his number 48 Chevrolet.
So this will be a sprint to the end of stage 1. We'll probably get back to racing here with about 5 laps to go in the first stage. First caution.
And Michael McDowell with the big mover on pit road, taking only 2 tires there, and he moves up 11 positions all the way up to the 6th place spot. So a good pit, a different and good pit strategy there gives McDowell and that number 71 Chevrolet better position here, better track position as we come off of pit lane. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget, guys, to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. There we go. Pop it. Yeah. Crack open your cold one, baby. Let's go. Woo-wee. All right, all right. Hell right, hell right. Oh yeah, in NASCAR racing at its finest, where we see burnt rubber, we see balls to the wall, we see literally cars in the wall, drivers climbing up the fence, trophies raised above their heads. It's bumper to bumper racing next Sunday at Martinsville, where we go short track racing here for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series.
Recognized the service and bravery of local first responders with an honorary lap before today's race. Taking the track today were members of the Homestead Air Force Base, Florida Highway Patrol, Homestead Police, Fire, and EMT, and Miami-Dade Police, Fire, and EMTs. Verizon joins us in thanking all of our first responders.
Thank you, first responders. Salute to you guys.
Racing if it wasn't for those guys.
No, those fires would still be burning, and we wouldn't be able to get to the racetrack.
Well, Kevin, when we got here, got up in the booth up high where we could see, I could not believe how close it was. Look at this. This is right in our backyard down the backstretch.
Yeah,
You can see everything that's burned up.
On Friday during the truck race, they were actually using the pond right off the back straightaway here to dip those buckets in the water and working on fires right over here across the road. So thankful to have those first responders there.
All right, winners and losers on this pit stop cycle. Winner, the 71 of Michael McDowell. They came
So after a fire came close to the racetrack there, those first responders and fire department there at Miami-Dade County were able to take care of it. So it was no longer a threat here to the racetrack. All right, guys, get ready for some really, really good play-by-play from your boy as we're coming up here on a restart, baby, with 5 laps to go. We have Ryan Blaney in the number 12 Ford Mustang, Alex Bowman in the number 48 Chevrolet on the front row.
Stage points 5 laps away as we go back to green.
And we go back to green flag racing, boys! And Kyle Larson on the inside. We're 4 wide on the inside, 5 wide on the inside of turn number 1. Wow! What a move there! How nobody ended up taking anybody out is crazy to me as we exit turn number 2. Oh my goodness, Kyle Larson and AJ Allmendinger made some big moves there near the 5th or 3rd row. And now we see Alex Bowman is out near the front trying to get ahead of Ryan Blaney for the lead. And that 48 all gets loose as we see Ryan Blaney gets loose just in front of the 48. But he's able to hold on to that lead. And there's Chase Briscoe on the inside of William Byron, able to take away that 3rd place position away from the number 24 Chevrolet. But on the outside of the 24, here comes Kyle Larson with a lot of momentum. That number 5 Chevrolet looks fast. Oh, and Kyle Larson got loose and almost gets into the left side of Chase Briscoe. The number 19 Toyota had to evade and somehow able to get away from the number 5. And now William Byron able to take advantage as he's able to ride alongside the number 5 Chevrolet, his teammate. But right behind them is AJ Allmendinger. Oh, Allmendinger almost getting to the front bumper of the number 2 Ford Mustang of Austin Cindric. We got a lot of competitive back and forth racing inside the top 10.
Happened a bunch in the truck race and the Xfinity race.
By the time Grayson recovered, he was in 9th place.
So now with 2 laps to go here in stage number 1, Kyle Larson continues to move up. He's now inside the top 5 in the 4th place position.
Well, we knew that start was going to be wild right there. See all the cars fanned out now. But there was definitely some cars that had some pretty heavy contact along the way, getting everything sorted out through 1 and 2.
So now heading to the last lap, Ryan Blaney has the lead. Alex Bowman right behind him, about 0.20 seconds. So 0.2 of a second behind the leader. Ryan Blaney really pulls away at the entry of the turn, but at the exit of a turn, Alex Bowman pulls right up behind him. As we see going down the backstretch, Ryan Blaney trying to hold off Alex Bowman to win this first stage here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And Ryan Blaney will win stage number 1 here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. A big stage win there for the number 12 Ford Mustang racing team for Penske Racing. And this is his 2nd ever stage win at Homestead-Miami Speedway. So that's pretty big for Ryan Blaney. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget, guys, to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hope everyone's having an excellent race day thus far. Thanks for hanging out here, guys, on Tim Reynolds Show. This race has been very interesting, and now after stage number 1, we'll see how many guys or how many teams decide to risk it by staying out, maybe coming in the pits and only taking 2 tires instead of 4, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Cheers to you guys. Thanks for everybody for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Hey, let's go. And next week at Martinsville, we go short track racing, baby.
Well, Mike Daniel Suarez has been
All right, so we are under caution here at the end of stage number 1. We'll have to find out what type of pit strategy we'll see from these teams.
That includes a Super champion.
Josh Bush, front tire changer. I've mowed the 300 before. Seth Doris, rear tire changer. Me, Anna McDonald, middle school. Charlie Plank, tire carrier. I don't like blue cheese. Josh Appleby, Jackman, the only punter on pit road. Milan Radonovich, fueler, undefeated at checkers.
Talented group right there. Led by crew chief Matt Swiderski and the spotter up on the roof, Frank Kimmel II.
Undefeated at checkers.
Can you imagine them
Don't
boys
like
on the road?
blue cheese.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I'd like to hang out with them guys on the road. You've got the bowling covered,
Yeah,
got
3
checkers covered.
They seem like more fun than you.
No, actually, that's right down my alley. You're the one that would struggle in that. That one just backfired on you.
All right, Larry Mack, you just got tires, 7 laps ago? What do you want to do now?
All I can go off is experience. 5 laps is 5 laps here. If you go back to October, Brad Keselowski, Todd Gilliland, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch stayed out on 5-lap tires. They look like Michael Jackson moonwalking.
All right, so we'll have to wait and see if tires make a huge difference here. And we see through the first 5 races, the most laps led without a win, 429 this season by Penske Racing.
Eventually got that win, and you see Team Penske on that list this year. And when will they score? Gibson went to race 17 in 2007 after leading 600 laps in the first 5 races.
They haven't won the race yet, but they keep winning the war at the end of the year.
Blaney the leader, Cindric got him 10th right now. And pit road
So it looks like we will see pit road open, and it looks like all of the leaders are coming in for new tires.
Led by Ryan Blaney, who's led the most laps today, got that stage win. He was on stickers there for that 5-lap shootout. He's pretty happy with it. Remember, he's finished second here the last 2 straight years, never won here at
So
Miami.
good, clean pit stop there for the leader, Ryan Blaney, who's never won here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, but hopes to change that here today. Nice, clean pit stop there from Kyle Larson, who's been really moving up in the field here as of late. Denny Hamlin right behind him. Nice, clean pit stop. And looks like Alex Bowman. Oh, we got contact! Josh Berry and Joey Logano.
Yeah, and they ran into it looked like the door of the 5 car.
And Joey Logano now gets screwed up here.
Logano came out with a full head of steam and ran right into the side.
All right, so let's show you first what happened here. Yeah, 4 wide right there.
And it looks like Josh Berry actually got into the left side of Kyle Larson. As we see here on the replay, Josh Berry gets into Larson, and then Joey Logano gets into Josh Berry.
Logano was 10th, Berry was 8th coming onto pit road.
Damage is done right there. You said it. Lost the track.
Yeah, you see that hood up on the 22 car right there. That's not what you want to see.
Well, they'll get turned around as Todd Gilliland leaves his pit in the conventional.
And now that's really going to be bad for Josh Berry and for Joey Logano, who were both actually very contending cars here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And now because of that mishap and mistake on pit road, we will now see how far back the 21 and 22 will end up here at the tail end of this racetrack. Man, that's not going to be good for them at this Homestead-Miami Speedway. That's been hard for a lot of drivers to pass cars here early on. Appreciate everybody hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please don't forget, guys, to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Roses really smell like ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, we're here at lap number 86 of 267. Should be a very, very, very interesting ending to this racetrack today. All right, guys, we'll be right back here as we are on commercial break. BRB, guys. Woo! Ooh, all right, we're back. We're back. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy.
Larson was 8th.
Ooh.
Pit road.
Ah.
You see some of the damage there. You know, there's always one outlier on the green flag stops.
That's a hole in that car.
It was the 47 Ricky Stenhouse. This time it's Carson Hocevar. Larry, why would you not stop on this stage break?
This is not going to be a short run if we stay green. You're going to have to run about 30, 35, maybe up to 40 laps. If other drivers had done it, you may have had a
And now we
chance,
see
but
Carson Hocevar is the driver who decided to take the risk and stay out here in his number 77 Chevrolet.
Remember, Josh Berry recovered
Well, hi, Charlie Brown.
to finish in the top 5 the last 2 races, including his win at Las Vegas. Carson Hocevar,
No, he's not bothering me.
with those, and now at least 5-lap scuffs from running
I'll go
the
boy.
end of stage 1, will lead them to green with Alex Bowman. So Hocevar vaulted from 34th place to the lead by not stopping under this caution. Let's see how this works out.
And here we go. Restart underway here at stage number 2. Boogity boogity. Let's go racing, boys. As we see Carson Hocevar is in the lead with Alex Bowman on the outside of the 77. And the 48 just explodes to the front. And the 77 got loose at a turn number 1. And in the exit of turn number 2, the 77 continues to drop back. And now we see here Kyle Larson battling to try to get that number 5 car back up to speed. That incident on pit road could be a big difference there for the number 5 Chevrolet. Oh, we see in the back there, Ryan Blaney, or I should say Bubba Wallace in the number 23 gets loose right in front of Austin Cindric and Chase Elliott. Alex Bowman now in the lead in his number 48 Chevrolet, and William Byron has now worked his way up to the second place position in his number 24 Chevrolet. And Ryan Blaney right behind them in third place as he tries to battle to get up towards the front. And a lot of 3 wide near the back as well. We see Danny Hamlin has found his way inside the top 4. His number 11 Toyota Camry looks fast. And we see Ryan Blaney now gets back up into that second place position. That number 12 Ford Mustang has been strong all race long. But Alex Bowman, who won the pole here early on for this race, has the lead here at lap 91 of 267 with 74 laps to go here in stage number 2. And Bubba Wallace on the inside of Noah Gragson trying to take away that 5th place position. A good battle here. That number 23 Toyota Camry not only looks fast, but it is fast as we come down the backstretch. Noah Grayson's not going to let him have that spot, though, without a fight. And we see Alex Bowman really holding on to the bottom part of the lane here at the exit of turn number 4. He really likes the bottom part, the bottom lane at this racetrack. So far, Alex Bowman does have the fastest lap here on the racetrack. But Ryan Blaney trying to contend and get back the lead here as he's a little loose as he enters into turn number 3. And towards the exit of turn number 4, tries to gain that grip right back, but still remains behind the leader. And now Carson Hocevar continued to battle inside the top 10 after making that decision to stay out and not hit the pits. He's hoping that track position is going to pay off for him late in the race. But right now he's battling for the 6th place position. He's right behind Bubba Wallace, though, for that 5th place spot. But right behind him is Austin Cindric and Noah Gragson. So the drivers, a lot of these drivers are really working all 3 lanes here at Homestead-Miami Speedway as we see Ryan Blaney on the inside of the 48. Alex Bowman now drops back to the 2nd place position, and the number 12 Ford Mustang retakes the lead here at lap 95. And as we pass the start-finish line at lap number 96, with 70 laps to go here in stage number 2, we have a new leader, and it is Ryan Blaney, who has been dominant and has had the lead throughout most of this race here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And we also see a battle there for 5th place as Carson Hocevar is on the inside of the number 23 Toyota Camry of Bubba Wallace. And that number 77 Chevrolet will try to get inside the top 6 positions and take that 5th place spot. But Bubba Wallace is not going to let it go without a fight as he regains that top 5 position away from the 77.
Bubba Wallace edges ahead into 5th place now. 35 of 37 cars on the lead.
So Ryan Blaney has the lead. Alex Bowman right behind him. Behind Bowman, slowly working his way up to the front, is Denny Hamlin in that number 11 Toyota Camry. All right, guys, we're on another commercial break. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And thanks for hanging out right here on Tim Reynolds Show. Let's go. All right, guys, we will be right back. Well, look who it is. Everybody say hi. This is Midnight Luck. Can you say hi, Midnight? Can you say hi? Hey. We back though. Let's go though.
That spectrum. Kyle Larson is
All right.
6 inches away from it and sometimes on it.
And here Larson comes after Noah Gregson in the 4. This will be for 10.
All right. Here we go.
Jay Allmendinger, who's been in the top 10 all day in that number 16.
Mic check 1 2.
To the bottom of the corner, trying to get the air on the front of that.
Yeah, yo.
This pass, but it's going to be tough on the exit of the corner. Now
As we see here, Kyle Larson still trying to make his way up inside the top 10 after that mishap on pit road. We're on pit road. Someone got into the left side of him. Oh, and we see Noah Grayson got really loose on the top lane there. Almost lost that car, but able to hold on to it as that number 4 Ford Mustang has been strong all day long. So now we see Kyle Larson on the inside of A.J. Allmendinger, and now Kyle Larson will look to take away that 9th place position from the number 16 Chevrolet. And now we see Daniel Suarez is a new driver here trying to contend up near the top 10 in his number 99 Chevrolet for Trackhouse Racing. But up near the front, we see a battle for 4th place as William Byron is now inside the top 10 in his number 24 Chevrolet that's been strong all race long. But Bubba Wallace has slowly but surely worked his way all the way up inside the top 5. But how about Denny Hamlin? He has that short run speed, but unfortunately does not seem to have the long run speed that he would want after Ryan Blaney has now pulled away with the lead, and Denny Hamlin has now pulled into the 2nd place position. Alex Bowman has now dropped back to 3rd place. But we've seen Denny Hamlin have 5 top 10 finishes here in the last 6 races on 1.5 mile racetracks here in the NASCAR Cup Series.
Yeah, that was a great point by Jamie right there. Very temperature-sensitive racetrack.
Briscoe in 13th in the 19, going after Gregson, changes his line down at this end of the racetrack.
See the 45 car of Tyler Reddick right behind him. We expected him to be in the mix today, and he has been...
And we see the biggest mover since the restart. Daniel Suarez has moved up 12 spots. Josh Berry has also been able to move up 12 spots. And Joey Logano's been able to move up 8 spots as well. And that's because those 2 fast cars, unfortunately, got into a pit road incident. And that's what put them near the back of the pack. So you really hope to see Berry and Logano able to get back up near the front of this race to try to contend once again. But right now, they're still outside of the top 20. But Daniel Suarez has worked his way all the way up to the 10th place position and his fast number 99 Chevrolet for Trackhouse Racing. Oh, and Austin Cindric crosses the back bumper and goes on the inside of the 77 Chevrolet. Carson Hocevar can't do anything but watch as we see Austin Cindric takes away that 6th place position away from Carson Hocevar. A nice move there from Austin Cindric, who's been very fast here thus far in this race in his number 2 Ford Mustang. As we see back in 15th place, we got a 3-wide battle between Ryan Priest, Austin Cindric, or I should say Ross Chastain and Austin Dillon. In the dark of the night, people will find her. In the dark of the night, people will rule.
That's my team out there.
If our network goes down, lives are at stake.
Our comms have to work.
Or the mission won't.
That's why we partner with Verizon Frontline, the network that truly prioritizes first responders.
So we don't worry about getting through. And they're the most reliable 5G network in America. Out here, reliability is everything.
Extreme or routine, Verizon Frontline delivers.
The #1 network choice in public safety. Learn more. Your mission is our purpose.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. This has been our 2025 NASCAR Cup Series race play-by-play for Homestead-Miami Speedway. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. Hope everybody had a great St. Patty's Day as well. Can't believe we're already 3 months through the year. Woo! Time's going by fast, folks. And we are back here with 50 laps to go in stage number 2. Ryan Blaney, the leader here. Denny Hamlin in second. Alex Bowman in third. William Byron in fourth. And Bubba Wallace rounds out the top 5.
And so is Chase Briscoe just ahead of him, 11th and 12th.
Yeah, we're getting close.
But our big movers here that we see early on, Chase Elliott in the number 9 Chevrolet has been able to move all the way up inside the top 10, currently in the 8th place position. We also see Kyle Larson in the number 5 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports has also moved up inside the top 7.
Kyle Busch began the pit stop cycle in stage 1. William Byron was the first to pit, and when the cycle was over, he had gained 3 positions. Chase Briscoe, with that vibration, is in. A few more behind him as we continue under green. Austin Dillon, Michael McDowell, Austin Haley on pit road so far. None of the top 20.
Here we go with some of our leaders right here. We see Bowman, Byron, Bubba Wallace.
And now we're starting to see some more green flag pit stops here with 48 laps to go here in stage number 2.
Faster than the cars on worn tires. Well, that should pretty much force the issue.
Now, I'm not sure how many sets of tires drivers will have for this racetrack.
Really good ground at the end of the run.
But we see a good clean stop there from the number 23 Toyota of Bubba Wallace. Alex Bowman, the leader, taking 4 Goodyear tires, getting that 48 Chevrolet full of fuel. A nice clean pit stop there.
4 tires and fuel. Remember, each team started with 9 sets of new Goodyear.
And each team starts with 9 sets of Goodyear tires here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And we see a lot of the top 10 drivers are now pitting, with Denny Hamlin still out there in the lead.
They're going to split this totally right down the middle. They'll go to about lap 125, 126, 5, 6, 7 laps from now.
Elliott, Gregson, and Gibbs are in.
So a lot of drivers pitting just a little bit earlier than what Larry McReynolds expected in order to split this stage in half.
Seeing our split screen right
So
there.
far, good clean pit stops here early on
But it's not going to take long
at this racetrack.
to take effect. And
Now, these cars are unlapping themselves from Denny Hamlin.
Byron Busch had a good stop right there. He did a good job of shrinking that gap and then
Reese and Van Gisbergen in getting service. As now the top 15 cars on your scoring pylon have not yet been to pit road in this pit cycle.
And this is exactly what
So we see the top 8 or 9 cars, actually the top 10, have not pitted yet in this pit cycle here. So we'll wait to see what happens after this set of green flag pit stops. And the top 14, top 15 drivers have not pitted yet.
For those of you looking for the
As right now we see Kyle Larson in second, but Carson Hocevar is going to get on the inside of him, although Hocevar has already been in for his service, so he's unlapping himself if he can make it around Denny Hamlin.
out here. On a bit of a longer run, Nemechek, one of those, he comes to pit road. Hamlin Larson Suarez.
And a 5, still there, bumper, clear. Nice position, 2-lap holder, pinning fire.
Yeah, when you're out there riding around on those older tires like Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin are, you see the guys go by you, you're thinking to yourself, how in the world is this strategy ever going to work out? It's so hard to be disciplined in the driver's seat to be.
So we see here different strategies now in play here for certain drivers that are trying to make it halfway through the stage on not only their set of tires but also on their fuel run. And right now with 42 laps to go here in stage number 2, another 2 or 3 laps should put most of these drivers right about halfway here on the fuel cycle of stage number 2.
There's a speed difference between Hamlin and Larson as well. He's shrunk a second off in 1 lap to your leader Hamlin. Larson's coming.
Chase Elliott on new tires and laps himself.
Clear.
A lot of good competitive racing here at Homestead-Miami Speedway.
Christopher Bell, who have not stopped. Eric Jones in the pit lane now.
I'd say Danny's going to be coming. He's going to have to force his hand here sooner or later, Larry. I mean, that's another half a second that Larson took
I would
off
say
his lead.
this lap or the next lap for sure. That's split right down the middle.
He's moving to the bottom. He's going to pit this lap. You're right.
William Byron made up a bunch of time. He had a 9.6-second stop compared to Blaney at 12.5 seconds.
And Denny Hamlin, the leader, will give up the lead and go down and make his green flag pit stop.
Spinner at the front end of pit road. Now we should stay green if that car gets itself righted and turned around. It's Daniel Suarez.
And Daniel Suarez, the driver of the number 99 Chevrolet, spun around entering the pits there, but I believe he's going to be okay.
We saw Suarez capitalize on not making any mistakes last week. So easy to do, getting off the racetrack here.
And here comes Kyle Larson as he gives up the lead as well for his green flag pit stop.
Into his pit box.
So Larson surrenders the lead for 4 fresh tires and a tank of race fuel. And that will leave just 3. Berry, Logano, Ty Dillon, and then Christopher Bell at the tail end of the lead.
So good clean pit stop there for the number 5 Chevrolet racing team. And now Josh Berry takes over the lead in his number 21 Ford Mustang. And right behind him is Joey Logano. The only 2 guys left to not at pit here on this last set of green flag pit stops. And here comes the number 21, Josh Berry, will pit this time around with 38 laps to go. And here comes Joey Logano as well.
See Joey Logano lock up that right front tire as he gets to the speed line down there.
Now that will leave only Christopher Bell out on the racetrack. Remember, Bell had trouble earlier, took the free pass on the last caution, so was running at the tail end of the lead lap. So kind of a Hail Mary for them. Blaney cycles back to the lead.
So we see Joey Logano happy to get into a clean pit box here this time around. And same with Josh Berry, who's happy to get out clean of his pit box here on that one.
Number 2, not quite a caution as Daniel Suarez went around entering pit road and then righted himself.
The other day. And sometimes life goes on, but hey, it turns out life's okay. When you wanna hang out today, you know who you gotta see. Especially when it's NASCAR Sunday, you know it's race day with Timothy. And we'll all work out okay, 'cause we'll all float on okay. Yeah, we all float on, okay, and we'll all float on, alright, it's all ready, we all float on, oh, don't you worry, we all float on, oh yeah, and we party on NASCAR race day, we party on NASCAR Sundays with Timothy, yeah, it's Tim Reynolds Show, and let's go. Oh, you know we gotta break it down slow. Oh, that's right. Here we go. You know what it is. You know it's Tim Reynolds Show. Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, so we are here on commercial for this live play-by-play for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series race at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And we're here with about less than 40 laps to go, during 30 laps to go here of stage number 2. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens here. Ryan Blaney was the winner of stage number 1. So we'll see what happens.
Here is a look at the green flag cycle, and again, William Byron, one of the big winners, moving up to second now behind Ryan Blaney. Let's recap pit stops. First with Jamie.
Yeah, Mike, when Ryan came in, he was a little loose at 1 and 2, a little snug in 3 and 4, so they helped him out with some air pressure.
So Ryan Blaney came into the pits with some adjustments. He was a little loose in 1 and 2, but a little snug in 3 and 4. Some adjustments there for Ryan Blaney, who has led 96 laps here early on in this race. And we see Denny Hamlin and his number 11 Toyota Camry led 7 laps already today. Came in for some adjustments. And we see William Byron riding along with him here in his number 24 Chevrolet. As we see, he's reporting he's still having a hard time to get the front tires to turn the way he wants to. The front end is just not going exactly the way he would want it to. And we also hear Alex Bowman has a very good car here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And Carson Hocevar reporting that the balance is very good on his number 77 Chevrolet. And he's hoping to really take this strong run to a strong finish here with the 6th place finish, or really with 6th place, riding in 6th place right now, here with 30 laps to go in stage number 2.
Not that far from 2. Larry, what happened to Logano?
Yeah, Mike, at first, as I was watching it, it looked like a lot of trouble on the left front, but it wasn't necessarily trouble on the left front. The tire changer had to index his own tire because the guy that was going to index his tire went back over there and did more repair work on the area that was damaged on that pit road accident.
So Logano 34th, Bell 35th.
So Joey Logano, after that set of green flag pit stops, is now in the 34th place position. Not exactly where he wanted to be, but the pit crews there had to take some extra time to work on some damage that Joey Logano sustained in the pits when he got into Josh Berry earlier in the race. Yeah, because earlier as Josh Berry was coming out of the pits, he got into Kyle Larson, and then that got him into the number 22 Ford of Joey Logano, and Joey Logano unfortunately sustained some damage after he also spun out Josh Berry in the pits.
Still got about 28 laps to go in this stage, and Denny Hamlin's about nine and a half seconds back. He was about 3.5 seconds back from the leader when that cycle started. So we'll see how much ground he can
And we
make
see
up.
Ryan Blaney about to lap one of the veterans here, Kyle Busch, and his number 8 Chevrolet that has not been good here at this race in Homestead-Miami Speedway.
Penske now ranks 1, 2, 3 in laps led this season. Logano, Cindric, and now Blaney.
When you have a race like this going your way, Kevin, you got to start looking, where's his left hook coming from?
Well, it happened to Kyle Larson yesterday in the Xfinity race. Had a late restart there at the end, spun the tires with a big bump from behind, and wound up losing a race that he absolutely dominated. So you know how this is when you're in this position. It seems like everything's going right. The other part is it's hard to keep up with your car because you're just kicking everything.
Recent struggles here in his first 2 races. 2 top 10s, an average finish of inside the top 5 with 23 laps led. But in the last 3 races for Ryan Blaney, he has 3 DNFs, did not finish. So he's hoping to change his luck around here. Ryan Blaney, who's led the most laps here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, is hoping to get this number 12 Ford Mustang into victory lane. And we see his teammate currently inside the top 5 in the 5th place position. Austin Cindric in that number 2 Ford Mustang is very, very strong here early on. As we approach about halfway through this race here at Homestead-Miami Speedway for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series.
Well, he's got a mirror full of Denny Hamlin. As we are 25 laps from the finish of stage number 2, Blaney leading Byron and Wallace, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, 1, 2, 3.
All right, guys, we are about to go on another commercial break here, so soon we will be back with some NASCAR racing. Do 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 do. All right, guys, been a really good race thus far. As we see, Ryan Blaney has really been the dominant car throughout the early part of this race. William Byron right behind him in second place. Bubba Wallace with a good run in his number 23 Toyota Camry. In third place, Alex Bowman, who was on the pole. A fast car he's got in his number 48 Chevrolet, is currently in fourth. Denny Hamlin with some good pit strategy and race strategy here, able to get his number 11 Toyota Camry up near the front. And now he's got it in 6th place or 5th place here at this race. Kyle Larson right now in 6th in his number 5 Chevrolet here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Austin Cindric also racing very well in his number 2 Ford Mustang. Right now currently in 7th. Carson Hocevar is in 8th in his number 77 Chevrolet. Chase Elliott is 9th in the number 9 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. And A.J. Allmendinger rounds out the top 10 right now currently. And his number 16 Chevrolet here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Hell yeah. Hell right. Hell right. Everybody's got a country song they want to sing tonight. Oh yeah. Woo-wee. Gotta feel that stretch. Gotta feel it. Gotta feel that stretch. Oh yeah. Don't you worry about a thing.
S2. Short track racing next weekend in Martinsville, Virginia. As in the Straight Talk Wireless 400, we have 121 laps to go, and we're inside of 20 to go in stage number 2.
All right, as we're back here at the racetrack, inside 20 laps to go here in stage number 2. We see a battle for 4th place here as Denny Hamlin is on the inside of the number 48 Chevrolet of Alex Bowman, but Bowman able to drive very hard on the outside in the top lane. And now retakes 4th place away from Hamlin. But Hamlin now on the inside with a big run there coming down the front stretch. And Danny Hamlin will take over the 4th place position away from Alex Bowman here with 18 laps to go in stage number 2.
He was very concerned about what they were going to have with that car. It was extremely loose yesterday in practice. So far today, though, it's been the opposite. They got him tightened up. He's been slowly adjusting on it to make the front turn better. He didn't expect this morning, and it's working out pretty well right now, Davey.
So Austin Cindric did not expect for his car to be as good as it is currently, and he's enjoying it right now with the top 7 ride. And we also see Bubba Wallace, who's currently in 3rd. A very, very good run for the number 23 Toyota.
So far, it's paying off more for Bubba. He just radioed to the team. He said the handling in 3 and 4 is going away, and they said, hey, with the sun coming and going, the track is going through a transition. Make adjustments behind the wheel.
So we see Bubba complaining about some differences in 3 and 4 as the race goes along here, especially with the cloud cover and the sun sort of not on the racetrack as much as it has been. Well, because of that changing of the racetrack, the crew chief there for Bubba Wallace tells him to try to adjust as best he can inside the car with what's happening with that tightness or lack of turning in 3 and 4. So we ride along currently here at William Byron, who's riding right alongside that top back wall, hoping to gain some speed and catch up to the leader, Ryan Blaney, who currently has a 2-second plus lead over William Byron. And they're gonna crank it up! Oh yeah. Thank you everybody for hanging out here on TimReynoldsShow. Please don't forget, guys, to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And we're at 15 laps to go here. 14 laps to go here in stage number 2. Every state, there's a station. Playing Cash, Hank, Willie, and Waylon. 4-wheel cars and 4-wheel drive. Well, I love NASCAR. It's my kind of race. Just tailgating around the racetrack is a great way to spend the day. No cover charge. You come as you are. I love NASCAR. I love NASCAR. It's my kind of race. I like going out on race day to see Bubba Wallace and Ryan Blaney race. Although I ain't trying to harm, I root for Chevy cars. No Toyota fan here, but I love NASCAR. I love NASCAR. It's my kind of racing. I like taking people out to the racetrack and watching them fall in love with it. It's the best racing in the world. That's what I believe. And I will take that to my grave. 'Cause I love NASCAR. I love NASCAR. Bum, 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 bum. Ha ha! Yeah, yeah. All right, we are side by side here, even though we are on commercial break. 10 laps to go here in stage number 2. Ryan Blaney still with the lead. William Byron able to get ahead of Bubba Wallace, and now the driver of the number 24 Chevrolet has that second place position. We see Bubba Wallace now is in third place in his number 23 Toyota Camry. Danny Hamlin currently is in fourth place in his number 11 Toyota Camry. Man, a couple of tough breaks for some of the veteran guys in the back, especially Kyle Busch, who's now down one lap and just does not seem to have a car worthy of a top 10 or top 20 finish here at this racetrack. And now we see Kyle Larson battling on the inside of the number 11 Toyota, and that Camry of Danny Hamlin is under siege here as Kyle Larson now trying to work his way all the way back up to the front.
It's all in the B's. William Byron wins the Daytona 500. Christopher Bell goes on a streak. Josh Berry wins last week. Carson Hocevar on social media says there is a B at the start of his last name, but it's silent.
Well, these two B's are having trouble with these lap cars. They're giving them fits.
So now we see here
Get around them on that outside.
Kyle Larson now inside the top 5. But Danny Hamlin trying to get himself now inside the top 3 after surviving that battle with Kyle Larson for that 5th place position.
We're only 7 laps from the end of stage 2, so everybody trying to stay
So now with 7 laps to go here on stage number 2, a lot of these drivers trying to hold steady where they're at. And we've seen some pretty good clean racing here throughout this race day here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And Kyle Larson, a nice move there, gets him on the inside and to the front of Bubba Wallace as he takes away that 4th place position from the number 23 Toyota Camry. A nice move there, and that puts Kyle Larson in a good spot to get some good stage points here at the end of stage number 2. And Ryan Blaney, the leader, trying to get around some lap traffic here. And he cuts it close near the top side wall in that top lane in that number 12 Ford Mustang. And now Danny Hamlin able to take advantage of the lap traffic, stalling up William Byron. And now Danny Hamlin takes away that 2nd place position away from William Byron. And now William Byron, who's up on the top side, will see his teammate Kyle Larson pass him on the inside on the bottom. And that number 5 Chevrolet looks really, really fast as he's down the backstretch. But now here comes Danny Hamlin right at the back bumper of Ryan Blaney. But here comes Kyle Larson on the inside on the bottom part of the lane as we enter into turn number 4. And as we exit going down the front stretch, a crossover by Danny Hamlin as he tries to take the lead away from Ryan Blaney. And he will as we enter into turn number 1. What a nice move there from Danny Hamlin as he takes the lead away from Ryan Blaney with lap traffic in the way. Ryan Blaney could not hold on to the lead, and now he'll have to battle against Kyle Larson, who's trying to get up to that 2nd place position in that number 5 Chevrolet. With 4 laps to go here in stage number 2, Danny Hamlin is your new leader, but Kyle Larson has now worked his way up. Oh, and a move there as Ryan Blaney almost gets into the back bumper of Kyle Larson. And now side by side as they go through the middle of turns 1 and 2. Very competitive racing here for both of these drivers. A nice move there. Ryan Blaney almost able to regain that 2nd place spot. But now Kyle Larson starts to pull away here with 3 laps to go in stage number 2. Oh, Larson's loose as he's holding onto that car. Man, what a save for the number 5 Chevrolet. And now with 2 laps to go here in stage number 2, Danny Hamlin is your leader, but Kyle Larson will try to ride that high side lane right near the wall and try to carry as much speed and momentum heading out of turn number 1 down the backstretch. Danny Hamlin has a fast Toyota Camry as that number 11 with the Progressive sponsor on it, his new main sponsorship for this year. looks good, and he'll continue to try to hold on to the lead here as we go past the start-finish line with 1 to go. Does Kyle Larson have anything for the leader, Denny Hamlin? What an impressive finish to this stage here, not only by Denny Hamlin, but also Kyle Larson able to come up from outside the top 10 or pretty close to it here after that last set of pit stops. And now, we see Kyle Larson on the inside of Denny Hamlin here inside turn number 3 and 4. And as we go to the exit of turn number 4, Kyle Larson has the lead, but Denny Hamlin with a strong push. Gets just past Kyle Larson. Woo! What a race there to the finish. And Denny Hamlin is your winner of stage number 2 after a very competitive finish there at the end of that stage. Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin show they definitely have some fast cars to contend for victory lane here, passing by the dominant car of the day thus far, Ryan Blaney, there with less than 10 laps to go in stage number 2. And what a battle at the very end as Kyle Larson is almost able to get around Denny Hamlin for that stage win. But instead, he'll take second. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's a bit of a slow day at the office, I would say. But that's all right. That's okay. Well, thank you for hanging out, everybody, on here for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series race at Homestead-Miami Speedway with this live play-by-play from Tim Reynolds Show. Let's go.
Lap 11, somewhere early in the race. Like, I wasn't that great, but I was going to bide my time, and I was just riding, right? Like, you ride. He comes right up alongside of me, sideswipes me, puts me in the front stretch fence, and goes on, and I'm like, what the hell just happened? Never nothing after the fact, never a sorry, hey, my bad. Yeah. And, like, same thing right now. It's just, like, he hasn't learned not one thing because he hasn't been under someone's wing this entire time.
Well, join Kevin every Tuesday and Thursday for the most outspoken podcast in NASCAR.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you, racing fans. Thank you, NASCAR fans.
Well, that's what happens when you got a new guy that's fast, right? Yeah. Kyle's been there. I've been there. It's a scenario that you just have to deal with when there's new guys on the racetrack and you feel like they're invading your turf. Sometimes, and when you're young, you want to prove that you're fast and you want to put yourself in a position to stand your ground. So definitely interesting to hear some history right there.
Well, that's what I love to hear you say that. I remember when you came into the sport, and I remember when Kyle Busch came into the sport. He was the same guy, just like you.
Well, today that new guy is 9th right now, and Kyle Busch a lap down, along with some fellows we thought could be players like Logano, Chastain, Bell, and Busch are all one lap down right now.
Yeah, Chastain had some trouble on that run. He was 18th and fell all the way back to 30th, being the first one to pit road.
They should open the pits this time. Here they come around turn 2, watching from our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating 100 years of an American icon, the Goodyear blimp.
All right, we will see some pit stops here at the end of stage number 2.
William Byron and Bubba Wallace, they've all had a chance at the front spot today. Holsitter Alex Bowman, then Cindric, Elliott, Hocevar, and Reddick are the drivers who scored stage points. Now, Joey Logano did stay in the free pass position because Hamlin did not lap Cole Custer coming to the line, so Logano will get the free pass. Here come the leaders, Jamie.
And we will see most of the leaders here come down pit lane. And we'll see who's able to make the best pit stop here for their driver and their team. So Ryan Blaney says he burned up the tires a little bit trying to battle for the lead there. And it looks like Denny Hamlin. Oh, we see contact there from the number 12 into the number 9 of Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney. Oh, another contact there. As we see Chase Briscoe gets into the back of the number 12. And now Ryan Blaney loses a lot of spots on pit road. 6 to be exact. And man, that's got to be a tough break there for Ryan Blaney. And we see Denny Hamlin, who was able to win stage number 2 here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, is able to come out of the pits there with the lead as we get ready for stage number 3, the final stage here at Homestead-Miami Speedway for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series. Yeah, and guess what, guys? We feeling good. Like I should. When took a walk around the neighborhood. I'm feeling blessed. So I got no stress. And I got the sun shining on my Sunday best. Cause we feeling good. Oh yeah, like we should. Oh yeah. We hanging out on Tim Reynolds Show and man, it's good. We feeling blessed. Oh yeah, we got no stress. Oh yeah. And we hanging out trying to make it our Sunday best. Yeah! Welcome to race day, everybody. Hope you're having a great Sunday here. Welcome to Tim Reynolds Show, the place where we like to keep it chill, we keep it flowing, we keep it going here on this NASCAR Cup Series race day, baby. Woo! And we at the beautiful Homestead-Miami Speedway, where we've seen some clean racing here thus far in the NASCAR Cup Series, as we see Denny Hamlin is the winner of stage number 2 and gets those very crucial 10 stage points here with that stage win and his number 11 Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. So a good stage win for Denny Hamlin. And we also see Ryan Blaney, who's had a dominant car throughout this race here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, got the stage 1 win, and that's 10 crucial points for the number 12 Ford Mustang Penske Racing team. So now after some mishaps there in the pits, Ryan Blaney got ran into by 2 different Cup drivers. It doesn't look like he sustained a lot of damage, but unfortunately that led to him losing 6 different spots on pit road and the slow pit stop. Unfortunately now Ryan Blaney's going to have to try to overcome that, coming out I believe just inside the top 8 in the 8th place position. After that pit stop, round of pit stops there where he lost 6 spots.
We've just completed stage 2 after the round of pit stops with Jamie McCurry. I'm Chris Myers. The sun has broken through. It's been cloudy much of the day. 6 champions of NASCAR in this race, each looking for their first win of this year. Among them, Ryan Blaney, who has led the most laps. He also was the stage 1 winner. Here's a quick recap of the race and problems not like last week on pit road, but Joey Logano also Larson-centric, some contact here. Joey Logano, a three-time champ who's won here before in trouble. Christopher Bell, who had his...
And we see a race recap here as Christopher Bell spun at lap 70 and got into the interior wall there. The stage 1 winner was Ryan Blaney. But then we seen also Logano, Berry, and Larson get involved in an incident on pit road that pretty much took out Joey Logano and Josh Berry there early on in the race. They are back in and racing well, although Joey Logano is in the back of the pack. But we see Denny Hamlin ends up as the stage 2 winner here in that number 11 Toyota.
Well, strategy has got both Hamlin and Larson to the front. They seem to have the best cars on the long run. Ryan Blaney finds himself a little bit behind right now. It's going to be interesting to see, can he work through traffic? He struggled with that at the end of that stage.
Pit strategy, pit mistakes, and who has the fastest? Let's go back to Mike.
Thanks, Chris. Well, pit road has been...
So now we have 96 laps to go. We will have 94 laps to go by the time we get back underway.
So a whole lot of not good there. Speaking of the 9, he has a pit entry violation. We'll get to that in a minute. Here's a look at Blaney.
And yeah, we did see some contact there between the number 9 and the number 12. And then Chase Briscoe also with a little contact there from his number 19 Toyota Camry.
A little bit of frustration.
Now there's that damage on Kyle Larson's car from earlier. Not sure how much of an effect that will have.
Well, not much.
No, not so far. And Chase Elliott will restart at the back for a pit entry violation. Under caution, you must enter pit road single file. Here's their radio.
I just have a look at it because I gave the spot back. They all checked up. I moved left to not run in the back of someone, and then I gave him the spot back before I even turned down. Just have a look at it. That's a very reasonable thing.
And Chase Elliott trying to say his piece.
Kevin, short run speed.
But it looks like Chase Elliott will now have to go to the back of the field due to a pit road entry violation. And now we're back underway here for stage number 3 here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And we see Kyle Larson running away with the lead here, and Chase Briscoe cuts in between 2 cars and now tries to put himself inside the top 5. We're 4 wide at the exit of turn number 4. Oh, it's some contact between the 48 and 19. Alex Bowman gets a little loose right behind the 45 Toyota. Chase Briscoe very aggressive in the middle lane here as we're 3 wide at the exit of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Actually at the exit of turn number 4. As we go down the front stretch, Alex Bowman now on the inside of his teammate, William Byron, as we get on the inside between turn number 1 and 2. He tries to work that inside middle lane to get in front of his teammate, and he's right behind the number 45 of Tyler Reddick as we come down the backstretch. That Toyota is very strong, the number 45, but Alex Bowman on the inside, but he's dive-bombed by Tyler Reddick, who cuts off Alex Bowman from taking away that top 5 spot. And now we see Kyle Larson in the lead, but Bubba Wallace is now the new Larson in second place as the driver of the number 23 Toyota has shown to be very strong here, especially on the short run, and now he's ahead of the number 11 of Denny Hamlin, who also has a strong race car here in his number 11 Toyota Camry. And now Bubba Wallace trying to contend for the lead here on the bottom lane, right by that white stripe here as we exit turn number 4. Kyle Larson using that top side, and oh, Bubba Wallace right on the inside of Kyle Larson as we get into turn number 1. The number 23 Toyota will take the lead. Bubba Wallace, what a nice move there, gets him around Kyle Larson, and now we'll see him have the lead as we come down the backstretch with 91 laps to go here in this race. And Bubba Wallace looking for a big bounce back here after the first 5 races of the year have not gone his way. His best finish of the year has been Atlanta, where he had a 9th place finish, but everywhere else, he's finished outside of the top 20.
He's had some great speed at a lot of those racetracks.
As we see here, a battle for 4th place. Alex Bowman able to get on the inside, not only of his teammate, William Byron, for that 4th place spot, but he also gets inside of Tyler Reddick, the driver of the number 45 Toyota. And Kyle Larson, a lot of speed, but just a little loose here as he falls back to second. Bubba Wallace continues to pull away. It's been 84 races since his last Cup Series win for Bubba Wallace, who his last win was at Kansas back in 2022. And we also see Ryan Blaney making a very, very strong move up towards the front after that terrible pit stop, as he's looking to get inside the top 5, and he is inside of the number 24 Chevy, and William Byron will try to see if he can regain the spot here down the front stretch. With the momentum, he will hold on to that top 5 spot, but Ryan Blaney now is going to try to use his power to get back up and will take away that top 5 spot in that number 12 Ford Mustang.
He's still got a fast car. He just needs to be patient. He's right in the mix with the leaders right there.
We see Kyle Larson still trying to use that top lane right next to the wall with all that speed coming out of the corner. But we also see Denny Hamlin right behind him doing the same thing. But Alex Bowman right now looks like the driver trying to use that middle lane and working the bottom as well as he can to try to get up towards the front. Right now, cars between 2nd and 8th place are only separated by a couple of seconds.
Good restart because his speed is not where it needs to be right now. Jamie?
Well, and often, Kevin, you hear us talk about tear-offs during the pit stops. Well, Tyler Reddick, when he came in, they went to grab a tear-off and pull it. They didn't get it all the way off, and it flat back down. He's not concerned about it, but this is what it looks like. He's got a vision like this, basically not a clear view. It gets a lot of that dirt and rubber buildup. So this is important for the clarity, but the 45 didn't get it this time.
You see the bubbles in it right there. He's going to lose 7th spot to Austin Cindric here. And
So the number 45 Toyota did not get the screen off of the front windshield to give him a clear screen. So they'll hopefully have to get that the next time they make a pit stop. And Ryan Blaney has finally been able to make the pass on Alex Bowman. And now the number 12 Ford Mustang has put himself inside the top 4 as he looks to get back towards the front. Right on the tail of Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney's got a fast race car here. He's just got to hope that mistakes don't continue to hurt him and his number 12 Ford Racing team for Penske Racing. Right now, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place are only separated by about a half a second. Bubba Wallace, though, is continuing to pull away from Kyle Larson, almost a full second lead over the number 5 Chevrolet.
And that really plays to his benefit when he's in traffic and at a place like Homestead where traffic is super tough. When everybody gets up against the wall and line sensitive, it gives him more options than most people have.
So Bubba Wallace here with the lead with 84 laps to go. We're seeing a big battle here between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place between Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, and Ryan Blaney. And Denny Hamlin not afraid to use multiple lanes here at this racetrack, not only working his way up to the top, but also working that middle and bottom lanes of this racetrack. As we see Carson Hocevar pitting, felt an issue here in the number 77 Chevrolet. Unfortunately, the number 77 of Carson Hocevar reported losing power, and now he's in the pits, and this could end his day quickly. And now we see Ryan Blaney challenging Danny Hamlin for this third place spot down the backstretch. That number 12 Ford Mustang looks really strong as they head into turn number 3. And as we head towards the exit of turn number 4, they're side by side. Danny Hamlin using that top line and the momentum there to hold on to that third place spot. But Ryan Blaney's going to use that inside lane and the momentum heading into turn number 1, and he will take away that third place spot from Danny Hamlin.
They're trying to make the best of a bad day here.
Nice move there by Ryan Blaney, the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series champion.
In front for the last 10 laps.
And he'll now try to catch up with Kyle Larson and Bubba Wallace. And Wallace with a very, very good lead here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. That number 23 Toyota Camry looks very, very fast here for 2311 Racing. And Bubba Wallace is on an 83 race winless streak. His last win coming back at Kansas Speedway back in 2022. So Bubba Wallace is looking to end that winless streak and get into victory lane here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Appreciate everybody hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please, guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, so been a pretty good competitive and clean race throughout this race here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Only 2 cautions just for a couple of spinouts, really. That's been about it, besides the cautions after the stages are complete. So it's going to be really interesting to see who can pull off the win here. Right now, Bubba Wallace is in the lead, but Kyle Larson has been one of the stronger cars throughout the day. So watch out for him. Also watch out for Ryan Blaney. He's been a very, very strong and fast race car here at Homestead-Miami Speedway in his number 12 Ford Mustang. Denny Hamlin has found his way towards the front. He could be a serious contender as well. Alex Bowman, who's been the pole sitter and one of the fastest drivers here at this racetrack today, his number 48 Chevrolet could be a serious contender as well. And that's probably going to be it for me, honestly. Maybe William Byron, but right now I think everybody inside the top 5 is legitimately the contenders here for this race for Homestead-Miami Speedway. Miami pit stops, baby. Gotta feel it, gotta feel it, gotta feel it. Oh, yeah.
Who find themselves a lap down at this point. And
so now we are at 75 laps to go. We've had 9 different leaders in this race, 21 different lead changes. 28 cars currently are on the lead lap and only 3 cautions in this whole race. So only 1 caution for cause, and that was the spin by Christopher Bell at the beginning of this race.
Yeah, Blaney's got the best car right now. He's definitely...
And Ryan Blaney right on the back bumper of Kyle Larson as the number 5 Chevrolet gets loose as they come down the front stretch here. And Ryan Blaney does seem to have the fastest car here on the racetrack, currently in 3rd place, but he's now working the inside.
we started 7th, running 7th, 4.3 seconds back of the leader.
So we hear some frustration from Tyler Reddick in the number 45 Toyota Camry, not liking the way his car is driving, even though he is sitting in the 7th place position. And Kyle Larson really working that top lane right close to the wall, trying to carry as much momentum as he can coming out of the corner, especially going down the back stretch and the front stretch coming out of turn number 1 and turn number 4. And right now, Larson getting close to that back bumper of Bubba Wallace. And now Ryan Blaney's the one who's going to try to use that high side to his advantage to get up towards the leaders.
Ever since that moment, Blaney's kind of fallen back a little bit.
But now we see Bubba Wallace under fire here from Kyle Larson. Larson staying on that top side lane for the most part here. Really getting some speed, especially coming out of turn number 2 here with 72 laps to go. These 3 drivers seem to be the ones to beat here early on and continue to be here late in this race. Bubba Wallace, a bit of a surprise, but he has worked his way up towards the front. Since the beginning of this race, he has shown to have a fast race car. So right now, we see Kyle Larson and that number 5 Chevrolet still holding on to that second place spot, about a car length behind the leader, Bubba Wallace. And about another car length behind him is Ryan Blaney. And the driver of that number 12 Ford Mustang, who's led the most laps today, continues to try to get up towards the leaders. And as we ride along with William Byron, we see Tyler Reddick able to use that speed he's got on the top lane to get around William Byron for that 6th place spot. And next Sunday on NASCAR, we will see the Cup Series drivers head to Martinsville Speedway for some short track racing. But right now, we're seeing a battle for the lead here with under 70 laps to go here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And now Bubba Wallace starting to pull away just slightly from Kyle Larson after Larson came side by side with the 23 as they were heading down the front stretch. And we see coming off of 2 here, that number 5 Chevrolet has a lot of speed coming out of the corner. And now he works on the inside of the 23 as we go in between turns 3 and 4. And at the exit of turn number 4, Bubba Wallace on the high side is able to use that momentum to hold on to the lead. Now with 68 laps to go, Kyle Larson's going to stay on that top lane. And Bubba Wallace will take the bottom lane of here at turn number 1 and 2 and use that slide job to work his way up towards the top at the exit of turn number 2. Bubba Wallace using the whole racetrack to find as much grip as he can. Kyle Larson biding his time, trying to find the right lane and right time to make a move on Bubba Wallace. He's right there, but right behind Larson is Ryan Blaney in that number 12 Ford Mustang as he's waiting for these two to have to battle it out a little bit. And Ryan Blaney hopes to take advantage of that and get that lead back for the guy who has led the most laps here of any NASCAR Cup Series drivers here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And now Larson on the inside of the 23 as he tries to push the 23 to the high side here as we go to enter turn number 4. And now Larson side by side. Oh, can't get past the 23. A nice move there from Bubba Wallace, who was able to hold on to that outside lane near the wall and use that momentum to get him across the start-finish line there with the lead with 66 laps to go. And now after that move, Kyle Larson is under pressure from Ryan Blaney. But Ryan Blaney just doesn't seem to have that, I guess, get up and go on the backstretch. It looks like he does fall behind of Bubba Wallace and Kyle Larson a little bit. And even on the front stretch, you see he sort of maintains rather being able to catch ground on these guys for the most part. Although it does look like Ryan Blaney is a lot faster in each of the turns. Down the backstretch and front stretch, it doesn't look like Ryan Blaney has that straightaway speed he needs to catch up with the top two guys. Bubba Wallace in the lead in his number 23 Toyota Camry.
is there anything anymore to cooling your tires? Not just saving your tires by not abusing them, but cooling your tires and waiting and then making a run?
I've never found that to work for me.
Rhythm.
Yeah, I think that the rhythm is definitely the most important thing, to get into the rhythm of how much.
And the commentator's talking about tire wear as we approach 63 laps to go here in the final stage. We still have at least one round of green flag pit stops if we don't see a caution. And most of these teams have used up at least six set of Goodyear tires thus far. So, with at least 3 sets of tires left, I imagine we will see all drivers take new tires coming up here. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please, guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We like watching NASCAR racing, and I love it when I get to watch them race, but no cover charge. Everybody come as you are, because everybody knows that anybody can be a NASCAR fan. Boom, 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 doo. I love NASCAR. Come on, everybody. It's my kind of race. I like it when Jeff Gordon gets mad, and I like the look on Dale Jr.'s face when he wins a race. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, race day. Bum 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 da da da.
And then, kaboom.
Oh no! And Ryan Blaney, the driver who's led the most laps here today, has a huge cloud of smoke, and the motor is gone.
It'll go our way eventually, I hope. Appreciate the fast car.
Ryan Blaney so disappointed as we see that huge cloud of smoke there. And wow. Wow, now Ryan Blaney unfortunately will be out of this race with that blown motor.
Something that the Fords had going on and where that would lead. We saw this with Toyota
Wow.
last year when they had multiple engine
And even the spotters up there can't believe it.
So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on this as we go forward. But what terrible luck for this driver.
And terrible luck for the number 12 Ford Racing team for Penske Racing. Wow.
So we're under caution for the 4th time today. You see Blaney's made it back around to his pit where they lifted the hood and surveyed the damage and quickly put it back down. The wrecker is going to take him to the garage.
So that'll be the day there for what was the fastest car on the racetrack, Ryan Blaney. After leading 124 laps today, unfortunately, that will be the day for Ryan Blaney, who will get a do not finish here at the end of this one.
We've all had it, Kevin. It's part of it, part of motorsports. You're asking a lot out of these race engines, pushing them to the max.
But that's 2 out of the last 3 races, and the only Ford, as you pointed out, to blow up like that in these last 3 races.
So now we are under caution here with 57 laps to go here in the final stage of this 2025 NASCAR Cup Series race at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And now we're going to see pit strategy again play a big part in this one. A lot of these drivers are just outside the fuel window here. And we will take another break here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And so will I. Ooh. all right, we're back. Oh, man. That was a rough one. Oh. All right. We see there Bubba Wallace is able to hold on to the lead there coming off the pit row. Austin Cindric makes the biggest move there. Up 3 spots, taking 4 tires, and now will come out in the 6th place position. Woo! We see, though, William Byron loses 2 spots on pit road and will come out in 9th. But, looks like William Byron and Austin Cindric both got speeding penalties there for that last pit stop.
21. Drove right our door. Yeah, pit door. We'll take a look at it. Hey, check Caleb. That right front out there. Run back around here. You're good. Get off first. You good stop. We'll drive back by everybody. Take the left front. Rolling.
7th most narrow pit on the NASCAR circuit. Narrow pit road, that is. They're all the way arounds going past the Corvette pace car as we get ready to restart. Wallace ahead of Larson and Hamlin. Toyota, Chevy, Toyota.
And AJ Allmendinger, currently in 12th place, has been running very, very well here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And that number 16, Chevrolet.
Look for him to gain some of those spots back. But great day for that team.
And now we see Austin Cindric will have to go all the way to the tail end after those pit road penalties.
Great stop for Busher and company in the 17, gaining 3 spots. And guys, we talk about
So Kyle Larson chooses to take the outside of row number 1 rather than the inside lane right behind the leader, Bubba Wallace.
the 11.97 on that stop right there. All right, Larry, William Byron stopping to top off and to check something there on the right rear, and now they're going to the left side. Yeah, they're just making adjustments, Mike. There's no benefit to topping it off with fuel with basically less than 50 laps to go. That's right. They're under penalty, so they have to restart tail end of the longest line anyway.
So William Byron decided to come back down pit lane to get some more adjustments there and to top off on fuel, since he did have to serve a pit road speeding penalty that will put him on the tail end of the lead lap.
About the bumps and things, and so the lower that you can make that and have the stops right, the more downforce it's going to make.
He's going to need it back there in that dirty air. New player in the first 3 rows, Chris Buescher. He's the highest Ford in this race. He is in 6th. Chase Briscoe 7th. Noah Gregson 8th. Dillon and Allmendinger fill the top 10. Ahead of Priest, McDowell, and Haley. So a bunch of new players up toward the front.
This is exactly what we've been watching with Buescher. Just steady Eddie, and all of a sudden here at the end, right in position for a solid finish.
Wallace and
All right, here we go. Back on green flag racing here at Homestead-Miami Speedway with 51 laps to go. And we know how aggressive things can get on these restarts as we see 4 wide from these drivers all the way back of the pack. And man, a lot of aggressive racing on these restarts. We see Bubba Wallace holding on to the lead, but Alex Bowman around his teammate as he tries to take away that 2nd place spot. But Denny Hamlin also is right there on the inside, down on the bottom part of the racetrack, and he will contend for that 2nd place position. But him and the 48 are now side by side as they come down the front stretch. A lot of the drivers in the back of the pack trying to use this restart as a way to get back towards the front. And you got to get it as soon as you can get it. That's right.
Before all the cars get singled out, running that top group, it just becomes harder to be able to pass because the cars are more into one line. So you want to get everything that you can on these restarts, and it might be the last one. You never know.
Hold on to it, Bowman.
Oh, man, Kyle Larson gets into the back of Denny Hamlin after a big run there for the number 5 Chevrolet. Denny Hamlin slid in front of Kyle Larson, and unfortunately, he catches the front bumper. And now these two are very, very close here at the exit of turn number 2. Right behind them are some fast Toyotas in Chase Briscoe and Tyler Reddick on the top side. But here comes Chris Buescher in the number 17 Ford Mustang on the bottom part of the racetrack. He's got a fast number 17 Ford Mustang. As we see, Bubba Wallace continues to hold on to the lead here. We're having a battle between positions 3 through 8. As we see, Denny Hamlin goes to the top side with Chase Briscoe, his teammate, right behind him, currently in the 6th place position. Really good, clean racing here. And now Chase Briscoe on the inside of Denny Hamlin will look to take away that top 4 spot. Kyle Larson now just ahead of them, trying to regain his speed that he found earlier on this restart. But Alex Bowman able to get that number 48 Chevrolet into the 2nd place position. But Bubba Wallace continues to hold on to this lead.
I'm not sure that counts, Mike. We're going to have to go to the judges.
I see what you're saying. I like what you did. I think it counts.
And we also see Chris Buescher battling for a top 5 spot here. That number 17 Ford Mustang is very, very fast.
Showing up at the right time, 47 to go.
And we also see Austin Dillon. A very impressive run here on this restart as he's made it all the way up to 8th place. Here, a nice top 10 run for the number 3 Chevrolet. And RCR Racing could really use some good news after it's been a tough start to the year for Richard Childress Racing and all of their Cup Series drivers.
Todd Gilliland with an unscheduled pit stop. Let's check with Jamie.
Yeah, they've been taking big swings at AJ Allmendinger's 16 machine. Overall, pretty happy with it, but it runs better when they're lighter on fuel because of the way it's bouncing around. So that last stop, Clint, I know you were interested in why it was longer. They had to hold him and wait a little bit longer on fuel. So that was the 12-second stop. He gave up a couple of positions and fell.
So we hear AJ Allmendinger and his number 16 Chevrolet is faster when it's lighter on fuel. So that's the way his car is racing currently right now. And Chase Briscoe now currently in the 4th place position, able to get around Denny Hamlin. But Denny Hamlin trying to get that place right back as he's alongside the number 19 Toyota. And that number 11 Camry looks very, very fast as we enter into turn number 1. Denny Hamlin's going to hold the bottom side there, trying to take away that top 4 spot. Coming out of turn number 2, Denny Hamlin looks like he could have the advantage, but we know that top lane has had a lot of speed and momentum, especially out of the exit of the corner.
Dummy does not start with B.
It's amazing how much more fun you can have on the radio when you screw something up and you're leaving.
And when you're leaving, yes.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And we've heard from the judges. Nicknames do not count. His given name is Darrell, that's a D. Wallace, that's a W. That's in wrong.
This is an easy fix. The judges need to play.
I like that clarification. It's kind of like that changing.
So now Bubba Wallace continues to extend his lead here at this NASCAR Cup Series race at Homestead-Miami Speedway.
Here we go.
And now we see Austin Dillon with an aggressive move on the inside of the number 17 Ford Mustang, trying to take away that 6th place position from Chris Buescher. But behind him, an aggressive move from Tyler Reddick in the number 45 Toyota, who also does the slide job there, using the bottom of the racetrack and cutting all the way across to the top to try to keep his foot on the gas and gain as much momentum as he can coming out of turn number 2.
Be the longest run, like you said, that we've run all day. When you get into those extra
and as we have 42 laps to go here in the final stage, we are now within the fuel window. So we will have possibly one more pit stop here, I believe, in this fuel window. Normally these cars can run about on 42 laps of fuel. It might actually be longer here on this 1.5 miles here at Homestead-Miami Speedway.
The racetrack, they felt like the racetrack kept tightening up, and give that pit crew some credit as well. Some wonderful stops on pit road. I got handed a note sheet that said 8.69, two stops ago. It gained them 6 positions.
And we see Ryan Preece there, a little loose coming out of turn number 4, going down the front stretch. Austin Dillon in that beautiful number 3 Bass Pro Shops Club Chevrolet, running very, very well in the 8th place position, right on the tail of the number 45 Toyota Camry for Tyler Reddick, last year's regular season champion. Has a rough start here to the season. He's hoping to get a nice top 10 finish here at Homestead-Miami Speedway.
All the races I won there were long run races. My first one, all of them. What he's doing right here, managing those tires. It's a good track for him, though. I mean, you can't take anything away from that driver. Well, Larson's been into the wall again.
Oh my goodness, it looks like Kyle Larson once again has gotten into the outside wall, and that number 5 Chevrolet has been taking a beating all day long. And man, that was a tough lick there as well, and that could possibly wreck the chances of Kyle Larson being able to get up towards the front of this race. And right now, Chase Briscoe having himself one hell of a day in his number 19 Toyota Camry. That Bass Pro Shops Toyota is looking very, very good.
He stayed on the lead lap pretty much all day. He's back at 25th right now, 10 seconds off the lead. Battery out in front of the Busch, Keselowski, and Nemechek. So back up front to Bubba Wallace, whose last win came 80.
So Bubba Wallace has now led 53 laps out of 231 with 37 laps to go here. And Bubba Wallace is hoping to end that winless streak that he has been on. But Alex Bowman may have something to say to that before the end of this race here. He's currently in second, but the driver that won the pole here in qualifying definitely has a fast race car to make it up towards the front. And Chase Briscoe, after starting in the teens here with a nice run in 3rd place, currently in 4th is Kyle Larson in his number 5 Chevrolet. Danny Hamlin rounds out the top 5 here in his number 11 Toyota Camry. Chris Buescher in 6th place in his number 17th Ford Mustang. That number 17 looks very, very fast, able to come from the back of the pack to the front of the pack here towards the end of the race. And Tyler Reddick, who started this race 20th, has now been able to work his way up inside the top 10 here at the end of this race. And we see A.J. Allmendinger with a nice run here on the outside of the number 3 of Austin Dillon, trying to take away that 8th place spot as A.J. Allmendinger tries to continue on this impressive run he's been on, especially when it comes to Homestead-Miami Speedway. As we've seen A.J. Allmendinger have a lot of very good top 10 finishes here in Miami.
He's won stages, and now he is in a position to get another top 10.
Now 3rd last week, running 10th right now. Zane Smith running 11th in the 3rd row.
Zane Smith with a nice run here in his number 38 Ford Mustang, currently running 11th. And just behind him is Justin Haley, who started 21st and is currently running in the 12th place position. But now we see Alex Bowman right next to Bubba Wallace, and he pulls away with the lead as Bubba tries to go ahead and block the 48. But the 48 down the backstretch is able to pull alongside the number 23 Camry. And that Toyota is strong on the top side. But will that number 48 Chevrolet be able to pull away? He does at the exit of turn number 4. And we have a new leader as Alex Bowman takes the lead away from Bubba Wallace in the number 23 Toyota Camry, with that number 48 Chevrolet looking very, very fast. In the last 3 races here at Miami, we've seen no overtime finishes. And the last average caution came around lap 246 with 21 laps to go. We are here with 31 laps to go here at Homestead-Miami Speedway in this race for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series. And right now, Alex Bowman with the lead, trying to pull away from Bubba Wallace.
You see the back of that 5 car step out on the bottom of the racetrack. We know at this point in the run, he wants to be up against that wall.
And I think at this point in the run,
And we see Kyle Larson also battling to get back inside the top 3. And A.J. Allmendinger on the inside of Austin Dillon, able to take away that top 7 spot away from the number 3 Chevrolet. And A.J. Allmendinger making a very, very nice pace here up towards the front. And what is a fast number 16 Chevrolet.
Side draft, so that means get up next to that car as close as you can to dump all that air on the back spoiler.
So we see here with 28 laps to go, 29 laps to go, Alex Bowman still holding on to the lead here in what's been a very clean race here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, an old school style race, if you will. And here comes Denny Hamlin on the inside of Kyle Larson. And that number 11 Toyota trying to take away that top 4 spot from the number 5 Chevrolet. Denny Hamlin really using that side draft well off of the number 5 as they come down the front stretch here with 28 laps to go. Heading into turn number 1, Denny Hamlin will get just ahead of Kyle Larson using that bottom and middle lane. But Kyle Larson really holding on to that momentum on the top side there with a lot of speed coming out of the corner. They're neck and neck down the backstretch. And Kyle Larson a little bit quicker in the entrance of the corner. But Denny Hamlin able to hold that speed in what feels like in the corner for a long time. Oh, and Denny Hamlin really close with that side draft on Kyle Larson. And these two are the fastest race cars on the racetrack thus far.
What happens when you battle side by side like this? You immediately just slow both of you down, but you know you can't give up the spot as you see Kyle Larson hold Denny Hamlin off.
And now, because of this battling for position, we see Chris Buescher has started to make his way towards the back bumper of the number 11 Toyota Camry. Denny Hamlin now will have to fight off that battle behind him as well.
But we heard Reddick talk earlier about his car not taking off and how bad it was on a short run.
And Tyler Reddick now currently in the 8th place position, trying to hold off Austin Dillon, who's in 9th place in that number 3 Chevrolet.
Kind of frustrating as a driver when you come to your favorite racetrack, you expect to go win. Spend most of the day running 7th, 8th, 9th, and sometimes that's more frustrating than going to your worst track and finishing 7th or 8th.
Let's take a look at our 9 most recent winners on mile-and-a-half tracks, and note who is not amongst them. These are the most recent winners at
And we've seen 9 different winners here at Homestead-Miami Speedway over the last 9 races.
the top 3 right now.
I'm watching Briscoe. Just said his name, and I'm watching his lap times, liking what I see. He's starting to run down Wallace.
So 26 lead changes here on this race update. And 9 career races here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Alex Bowman's best finish is 7th and has 3 top 10 finishes here.
The other interesting thing that is
And 21 races since Alex Bowman's last win when he got into victory lane at the 2024 Chicago Street Race last season.
almost a full corner, and when that shade starts to creep over the wall, you even see the shadows of the walls right there on this end of the racetrack. But when you see that shade like that, it really makes the grip level go up in all portions of the racetrack, and it makes that top line a little less dominant. I wonder if that's what has slowed Larson down a little bit, is all the rest of the lanes have become a little better through 1 and 2.
Where you see the
So we see some shadows are taking over what looks like turns number 1 and 2, which is definitely affecting the way the cars are handling on the racetrack. And Bubba Wallace currently in second place on an 84. It's been 84 races since his last Cup Series win. And now he's going to have to hold on and hopefully get back towards that back bumper of the 48, who's starting to pull away a little bit from Bubba Wallace.
Next Sunday, let's go short track racing.
And next Sunday, we will go short track racing at Martinsville Speedway. And that should be one hell of a race to go check out for the NASCAR Cup Series.
Love that racetrack. Can't wait to get there. Can't wait to be home. We've been on the road a while, boys.
All right, we're listening on
Woo!
We believe he will fall back to you. His tires are wear through the yours. Make sure you have something left to fight with. Yeah, Elvin.
Well, they both stopped at lap 213.
And the pit crew there for the number 23 tells Bubba Wallace that they should have something for him here towards the end of this race. They're expecting Alex Bowman to drop back towards them, and they should be able to catch up to the number 48 as we near the end of this race. And we are at 20 laps to go here in Homestead-Miami Speedway.
And then it's going to be even again.
20 laps to go.
They have definitely moved down on that racetrack, Kevin. You said it. You nailed it. All over the shade.
And yeah, they pointed it out. The drivers have definitely moved back down on that racetrack, entering and exiting in turns number 1 and 2.
But every lap that we inch closer to the end of this race is further than we've been. We're going to have to go further than we've been. And I still believe that's going to bring an advantage to Kyle Larson and that high line as you get closer and closer to the end of this race. Now,
So now as we get closer and closer to the end of this race, Kyle Larson definitely has the car that could get back up towards the front. But Alex Bowman looks like the car to beat here with how fast he's been able to run. But currently right now, Kyle Larson has the fastest car on the racetrack.
Caution to win, much like he did in the Xfinity race and everything else. When he went to the whip and put that thing on the board and decided to go for it, he picked up. He was a second faster yesterday than they were.
High place battle right there. Down the front straightaway.
We see Austin Dillon with a nice run there, being passed by Ryan Preece, who will take away that 9th place position away from the number 3 Chevrolet.
Speedway. Contact on pit road. Joey Logano.
And we've seen a lot of chaos on pit road today, with Joey Logano involved in 2 separate incidences on pit road, and Christopher Bell spins on lap 70, which brought out the caution. We also seen Josh Berry and Kyle Larson involved in that second incident that was involving Joey Logano on pit road. That spun out both Logano and Josh Berry. And we also see Ryan Blaney blows up his motor after leading the most laps here early on. And now he's done for the day in what was a fast number 12 Ford Mustang for Penske Racing. And we've seen 9 leaders and 26 different lead changes here with 4 cautions at this race summary here for Homestead-Miami Speedway. We have 28 cars currently on the lead lap, and Kyle Larson continues to put down the fastest laps on the racetrack. And now with 16 laps to go, does Kyle Larson have enough left to get up towards the front?
It's a timing thing, and I think he did a great job of that yesterday watching the Xfinity race, of timing when to do that. Catch them getting into one, make a slide job, get in front of them.
And I do think you have more options in 1 and 2 now that the shade is there to, if you can stay on their bumper off of turn 4 to have a little more grip than what you've had all day in those lower lanes.
That's 17.
And now with 15 laps to go, Alex Bowman continues to hold on to the lead.
In the fight.
Bubba Wallace
2 of those laps.
just under a second behind the leader as he tries to continue to find grip to get back up towards the front. And Alex Bowman has led 35 of 252 laps here at this racetrack.
Started on the pole. Can he get it done?
And now under 15 to go Alex Bowman with the lead. Chase Briscoe with the nice run in third place. But here comes Kyle Larson on the inside of the number 19 Toyota. And Kyle Larson will pull that number 5 Chevrolet into that third place position ahead of Chase Briscoe. And that number 19 Toyota is fast, but that number 5 Chevrolet is the fastest car on the racetrack right now. But does Kyle Larson have enough laps left to get up towards the lead and contend for the victory here?
By 3 different drivers. And on the final lap, it was Ryan Blaney leading the outside for Tyler.
And we see at Homestead back in 2024, we've seen on the last 3 laps, 3 different leaders when Tyler Reddick was able to pull off
Bowman picks it up.
the win.
68 to Larson 70, Briscoe's 52.
And now we do see Kyle Larson has gotten close to the back bumper of Bubba Wallace. And even on the radio here for Alex Bowman, they're warning him about Kyle Larson's speed.
There on them boards starts catching them. You knew they were going to start chattering, telling them what they're doing.
Yeah, in that lap, he was 0.3 better than both cars in front of him. Now that he was able to not have to make a pass and had a clean lap. So it's all going to come down to the timing of these.
So now it's going to be really interesting what happens here. Oh, looks like Alex Bowman may have scraped the wall there just slightly, but he still holds on to the lead. But we also see Bubba Wallace has to fight off Kyle Larson here, who's coming with a vengeance.
For Larson right there, the first half of the corner he spent with clean air in front of him. Bubba slid up there the second half of the corner, but that's not going to break the momentum of the fight.
Now coming down the backstretch, Kyle Larson right to the back bumper on the 23. And now on the inside, Kyle Larson will take away that second place position from Bubba Wallace in the number 23 Toyota Camry. And now here comes Larson. That number 5 Chevrolet is the fastest car on the track. But with 10 laps to go, does Kyle Larson have enough left in those tires? Does he have enough left in that tank for that number 5 Chevy to get past his teammate Alex Bowman in the number 48 Chevrolet?
And this run is playing right into his hands, being the longest run of the race and being long.
And Kevin Harvick says it best there on the broadcast. This long run is definitely playing well into the hands of Kyle Larson here as we continue to stay green with 9 laps to go. Kyle Larson is now cut into that lead by more than a half a second over Alex Bowman. And he is definitely the faster car, although Alex Bowman seems to be using that high line now a little bit better. But tick, tick, tick. It's only a matter of time before Kyle Larson gets close to the back bumper. And oh man, looks like Kyle Larson is into the fence again. And man, that is at least the 4th time today Kyle Larson has been into the fence. And somehow, some way, he still has a very, very fast race car. And Alex Bowman, also one of those cars using that high lane, riding right alongside the wall to try to gain as much speed as he can. And we've seen over the last 4 laps, Kyle Larson has cut into that lead little by little.
Larson will catch him with 2 to go.
It's going to be before that, Mike.
And now with 7 laps to go, Kyle Larson is slowly but surely catching up to his teammate. Will Alex Bowman be able to hold on to this race lead and get the victory here? It's been 21 races since Alex Bowman's last victory, which came at last year's 2024 Chicago Street Race. But this win is not in his hands yet. Oh, and we see Alex Bowman gets into the wall, and Kyle Larson's going to take advantage. And man, there's a mistake by the 48, and Larson's able to jump right on it. And that's a tough break for Alex Bowman. A hard lick gets him into the wall, and Kyle Larson's able to make the pass pretty easily with 6 laps to go.
Both of these guys, whoever wins is going to win their first race of the season, obviously, but I still believe that.
And right now, Kyle Larson with the lead, but trying to get around lap traffic. Alex Bowman just behind him, only a couple of car lengths behind the leader, Kyle Larson.
He's been such a huge supporter of Hendrick Motorsports, and Bowman has been through so much, and so there's big differences in what would be important to either car winning. So either way.
And now, as we go across the start-finish line, there's 4 laps to go here in this final stage here at Homestead-Miami Speedway for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series. And man, Larson still very loose coming out of turn number 2 there, riding the high side.
Cannot stress enough how close they are to the wall. That 5 has been in it too. That same thing can happen on a 5 and hand it right back.
And Clint Boyer in the booth is right, as Kyle Larson's rode very close to that wall all race long and has already been into the wall at least 5 different times.
It's never over. We saw that.
And 3 laps to go as we come down the backstretch. Alex Bowman right there trying to get up back towards the lead to contend for that number 1 spot with Kyle Larson.
I think the 5 got it. It's again getting into 3.
I don't think he cares at this point. I think it's different when he hits the fence. A lot of times he can keep the right rear just hitting the fence, and it doesn't grab the front. And you saw when Alex hit the fence, it just sucked the whole car in. But Kyle has a great way of being able to bounce that right rear off the wall.
So Kyle apparently got into the wall again, but still able to hold on to this lead for the number 5 Chevrolet. And now we approach the white flag here for this final lap of this 2025 NASCAR Cup Series race at Homestead-Miami Speedway. White flag is out. We have Kyle Larson now with 4 turns left to go for his first victory here in the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series season. An impressive run here by the Hendrick Motorsports team, as Kyle Larson, who's been fast here at Homestead-Miami Speedway all weekend long, led the most laps in the Xfinity Series race yesterday, but could not come out with the lead or the victory at the end of it all. But here, he will get the victory for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series race at Homestead-Miami Speedway. An impressive victory and a good run there for the number 5 Chevrolet racing team for Hendrick Motorsports. A very impressive victory there.
He definitely didn't go out and dominate today.
And Alex Bowman, his teammate in the number 48 Chevrolet, will finish 2nd. Bubba Wallace with a very impressive run will finish 3rd in his number 23 Toyota. Chase Briscoe with a nice run himself finishes 4th in his number 19 Toyota Camry. And we also see Denny Hamlin rounds out the top 5, as Hamlin finishes 5th here in his number 11 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Chris Buescher finishes 6th in his number 17 Ford Mustang for RFK Racing. AJ Allmendinger with a nice finish here in 7th in his number 16 Chevrolet. And there goes Kyle Larson burning out the tires. And the crowd there at Homestead-Miami Speedway is loving it. And Kyle Larson able to overcome a lot, got into the wall several times, but was the fastest car on the racetrack and was able to get that car into victory lane. And we also see in the 8th place position, Tyler Reddick in the number 45 Toyota finishes 8th. Ryan Priest in the number 60 Ford Mustang for RFK Racing finishes 9th. And Justin Haley rounds out the top 10, finishing 10th in his number 7 Chevrolet. So a very, very good race here for a lot of race car drivers. Some notable guys. We see William Byron finishes 12th here in his number 24 Chevrolet. A nice finish for him after riding inside the top 5, or top 10, I should say, for most of the day. We see Austin Dillon with a nice finish here of 13th in his number 3 Chevrolet. Joey Logano was able to overcome those pit road mistakes to finish 14th in his number 22 Ford Mustang. And Josh Berry, a nice finish for him after those pit road mistakes for 17th for last week's winner. And Kyle Larson burns it down. And now we got some flat tires up near the front of this racetrack. And Kyle Larson burns them tires down and raises his hand as he gets out of the race car there with a huge victory here at Homestead-Miami Speedway as he grabs the checkered flag. A huge victory here for Kyle Larson. His first win of 2025. Bubba Wallace there in pit lane. An impressive run by him, but he definitely feels like he had more to get up towards the front.
Well, Kyle Larson gets the helmet off and takes a deep breath, Kyle.
And a very impressive finish there by Kyle Larson.
This one looked a little bit different today, though. You had to earn it at the end there. Didn't dominate it, got a long run.
And they're right, Kyle Larson really had to earn it there at the end of that run. And that is his second career win at Homestead-Miami Speedway for Kyle Larson. And a big win there for Hendrick Motorsports and the number 5 Chevy Racing team.
You know, I could get ring in the top and the 19 too, and then I got in the wall and let him by. But just kind of had to keep plugging away at what I know and what's good for me. So just proud of myself, proud of the team. Just a lot of gritty, hard work there today between damage on pit road, you know, qualifying bad restarts, all that stuff. So just super pumped. one of the coolest wins I think in my Cup career, just because of all the heartbreak I've had here, the heartbreak yesterday, and to just keep my head down and keep digging feels really good.
You mentioned all the heartbreak yesterday in different races here. As you get the lead there with roughly about 10 to go, what are you thinking? Are you just thinking no caution right now?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking every time I'm in the lead, especially here at Homestead. So, yeah, just crazy. I knew me coming towards those guys, they were going to start, you know, moving around and making mistakes. And, you know, I felt like if I could just keep pressure on Alex, I would hope that he made a mistake. And he caught the wall there, and I got by him easier than I expected to. And still had to work hard, though. My balance once I got in clean.
So yeah, the number 48 Chevrolet was fast today, but just got into the wall a little bit too much there with about 6 laps to go. And Kyle Larson's able to take advantage and get around his teammate in the 48 Chevrolet. And that number 5 Chevy is now in victory lane for the first time here in 2025. A big win for Kyle Larson and Hendrick Motorsports. And thank you, everybody. And this has been Tim Reynolds Show's live play-by-play for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series race at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on the show. Please don't forget, guys, to hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show for more NASCAR Cup Series entertainment and content right here on Tim Reynolds Show throughout the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series season. Thank you guys so much for hanging out here on the channel for this live play-by-play at Homestead-Miami Speedway for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, racing fans. Thank you, NASCAR fans. And thank you, fans of Tim Reynolds Show, for hanging out here today. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much.